Okay, turn that shit off.
Turn what off? I don't have nothing planned.
You did just have something planned.
No, I did not.
But Trevon beat your ass. You don't make Trevon beat your ass. Stop it.
Stop. Just stop. You're out of pocket right now.
Welcome, everybody, back to an all-new episode of Star Wars Saturday. We haven't done one of these in like a year, maybe more.
Too long.
I think we only did it the year of COVID, I think. If I'm remembering properly. I think we only did it during COVID. But we are back. AJ said it was time to bring it back. So when the people speak, it happens. It's back. Star Wars Saturdays are back. We'll see if AJ wants to continue it after Kenobi series is done. We'll see. But
we got no choice but to. Okay. We got no choice.
And then there you go.
See how much stuff we're about to get? We got no choice but to keep on going.
There you go. AJ said it continues all year, so it'll be here all year. Star Wars Saturdays are back. Trevon will be at every single one of them. Don't you worry. He will be here to talk Star Wars. You want to know why he'll be here to talk Star Wars? Because I'll be there for him every week of Miss Marvel. So he could be there for me for Star Wars. But anyway, guys, we are glad to be back. The Force was in an unbalance, so we needed to come back to balance the scales of the Force. So we are back, not even to bring peace. That's the crazy part. We're just here to fuck shit up. But anyway, introducing the panel, starting off with AJ. What's up, AJ?
What's going on? It's been a great day for me. I've started the series Foundation on Apple TV. Okay. It's really good. Really,
I can't get into it. I think it's really fucking boring. It's
very political. It's very political, but I love it. I love it. And I've restarted watching Clone Wars again, which is always a treat. So it's been a good day today. It's been a good day.
Yeah, you said the Foundation is political. I'd rather watch a Ulysses S. Grant movie or some shit than that. God damn.
You love the prequels, and that's a lot.
But there was look. I'm starting to turn into Trevon. Look, that's how long me and Trevon have been friends now. I'm starting to turn into him. Where the fuck was the action at? Where the action at? Ain't a motherfucker die? Ain't shit. Goddamn, pull out a nightstick or something. Goddamn. A nightstick. Shit. Goddamn.
Foundation reminds me of The Expanse. At least it tries to.
Oh, I never tried that. I never tried that. I will say this though. And obviously we're getting right back to Star Wars. The premise of it is very interesting.
Yeah.
But there's only but so long you can grab me if a motherfucker's head's not being snapped at some point.
See, you know what it reminded me of? The first episode reminded me of? It reminded me of the downfall of Krypton. Like the
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
I'll give you that.
That's the way I thought of it at first, because that's what it reminded me, because it's about that downfall of the civilization, Jesus Christ, of that.
Was a big one for you.
Yeah, it really was. It really was. But yeah, it reminds me a lot of Krypton and Superman and all that mythology. So that's probably why I'm so deeply into it right now. Because it reminds me of that.
And look, Krypton learned its fucking lesson. It got to snapping necks real quick too, because that shit would have been out of here if it didn't. But next up, Trevon, love your background. I love how it all begins with the greatest Star Wars character ever created. And then right a step down is the second, and then if whatever, who cares after that?
No,
right?
But I love that he's like smack right in the middle.
Right in the middle.
Who cares after that?
Yeah, who cares after that? After that, Star Wars doesn't exist.
No Obi-Wan, no Luke.
I'm sorry. I'm looking at Grandpapa. I'm looking at the Grandpapa of everything right up top.
Han Solo. Okay.
I'm just saying. You ever see a pyramid that's created without a top? No, right? That's the
actually
top.
Yes.
There we go.
It's created by the bottom first, then it goes to the top.
No, without a top. Like
it doesn't matter. It starts from the bottom, then it goes to the top.
Okay, so as long as Kenobi's at the bottom, and then you go
but
all the way up to
Kenobi isn't
Anakin.
At the bottom.
Go all the way up to Anakin. Anyway, Trevon, we took the spotlight away from you. I don't even see your girl on there, Trevon.
Who?
Ahsoka.
No, I don't know. I just found it's like, I don't know. This was the best one I could find. I was like, oh, this is.
Damn. somewhere Ahsoka's sitting there like, do I see fucking Captain Phasma, but not me? Okay,
maybe next time there'll be a Rebels one that I'll put up.
I'm gonna find you a really good Rebels one, or create you a really good Rebels one, because I know that's your character right there. But how you feeling, Trevon?
So I am very excited for what's to come with this franchise. I'm in deep into Clone Wars, as you know. So I am. I don't know. Can't wait to see this show. I didn't realize how close it was, so now I'm like kind of semi panicking. I was like, so I need to finish everything else. But I will. I will. But yeah, I'm excited. It's all the Star Wars stuff that came out. Like, I mean, I will lie and say I'm like the most excited thing I am excited about is the game. Because the game was really fun. So a sequel to that was, yeah. Yeah. I'm excited for that.
We have like 20 games coming out for Star Wars.
The Fallen Order is the one, or not
a lot.
Yeah, that's super high. That's when it comes to Star Wars gaming. Until I find out what that free roam Star Wars game is,
Eclipse,
the sequel. Remember, we were never told if it was Eclipse. We were never told. I don't know that, and I kind of hope it's not. I kind of was hoping for more recognizable characters for the first time, for me to be able to roam around wherever the fuck I want to go.
Eclipse?
No.
Oh,
the open world game. I just said I don't know if Eclipse
is
that yet.
And I've been saying it is.
Okay. Well, until I see your LucasArts ID badge, I'm gonna go ahead and say I don't know yet. So if it is, okay, no problem. I'll just have to wait to see the gameplay. But if it isn't, then whatever that game is my numero uno. And then 1B would be Fallen Order sequel. And then Eclipse. I thought about it.
Knights of the Old Republic.
Knights of the Old Republic is better than anything and everything Star Wars gaming. Outside of Force Unleashed. Yeah, outside of Force Unleashed.
Well, that's getting remade, right now?
Force Unleashed?
Yeah. No, Knights of the Old Republic is.
Yes, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep. What were you saying you learned about, Trevon?
I didn't realize about this open world game. I just looked it up.
They're doing an open world game. I know I was pitching for it to be a Din Djarin game. Because the fan accessibility for that character is at its peak right now, right? And it's like that would be really cool of just doing adventures of like Din and Grogu. And like there's like some shit
if
you
he
could
has
do.
The dark saber, yes.
Well, of course you had the dark saber, Trevon.
And
then like you could utilize Grogu a little bit, not like play as him, but like use like a special move to where it's like Din uses the dark saber, and he uses like the Force. Yeah. Again, this is I believe I should be in these boardrooms for these fucking meetings, but I'm not. I'm here at home. I would make Disney money out of their fucking ass.
A little fun fact: the person that's doing the Star Wars game for Skydance, I think it's Skydance. Yeah, Skydance.
Yeah, Skydance.
Is the same person that was supposed to do a Star Wars game that was focused on bounty hunters and stuff like that.
Yeah, I heard about that. Yeah, I mean, cool. I'm excited for that.
So is that like in talks or stuff like?
No, that was canceled a while back, and then the same person is coming back to create another Star Wars game. It might be similar, but we're not entirely sure yet.
I just want Star Wars to get out of shooters. Like that's like people's least favorite fucking thing about Star Wars. Like I want a lightsaber in my hand. Put a lightsaber in my hand. You know what I'm saying? Like Battlefront and all that. It's like I've done shooting for forever. Like no more shooting.
Well, you can be a Jedi in Battlefront.
You can, but not in story mode.
So, no, but it takes away like it literally. If it's just a shooter game, it just makes it every other shooter game. But like if you're with a lightsaber, that's what makes it different.
Mm-hmm.
And that's pure Star Wars. So it's like why wouldn't you want to use that?
I don't understand. And also get out of first-person shooters. I know a lot of companies believe first-person is the way to go because it makes the gamer feel like they're the character. But to me, what makes Star Wars so special is the actual individual characters. Like, I want to be them. right? Like I don't want to believe I'm them. I want to be them. Go ahead, Trevon.
Look at Fallen Order. They need to just
right. But see, I would like.
Expand.
I want Star Wars to do what, and this is literally to what you just said, but I want a Star Wars game that's like Arkham Knight, specifically Arkham Knight, right? Where I could get on a like one of those speed cruisers, fly around whatever town I'm in. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, not fly to different.
Yeah, I feel like a better example would be Destiny. Because you can.
I've never played Destiny.
Okay, so it's basically what you're explaining.
That's like my brother's game.
And you can go to planet to planet as well.
Is it first person? Because I don't like first person.
Yeah,
I don't like first person.
Yeah, it is first person, but
I don't like first
aspects
person
of it being third person too.
Yeah, I don't ever.
But for
like
the
first person.
but for the most part, it's a first person. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I need it to look more like Arkham Knight, Red Dead Redemption, Grand Theft Auto. Like I need it to look like that, where I can see physically the full person. You know what I'm saying? That was what kept me away from Halo for forever. It was just like just his hand and gun, like that worked for GoldenEye because who gives a shit what they look like? But like your character looks cool and I can't see him unless it's a cutscene. And
you
like
know
that.
what he looks like.
No, I know what he looks like, but I would like to experience the full thing. You know what I'm saying? That's like buying one of your hot toys and it's just the head. And you're like, whoa, hold on, wait a minute. Like, where's the whole statue? Nah, just the head. Just the head. Imagine.
Well, actually, technically, they do. It's called a bust, and they're actually pretty cool. So,
God, no, I could never do that. Just staring at the head and him staring back. No, get me out of here.
Anyway, they're pretty cool.
Welcoming in Sabrina, and because I love our friendship, I have Revenge of the Sith in the background playing right now.
I'm so proud. I'm not gonna watch it till the night before Kenobi drops.
That's
because
fair.
I want to put myself through pain because I hate myself that much. And I'm like, so I can suffer like the entire time. Mm-hmm.
Oh man, that is
like, I don't know if I'll hit the same because like like I'm gonna just like watch it and then go right into Kenobi. So
that is such a deep pain. Oh, and you know it's gonna suck for you, Sabrina, is if like picture you watch it like the day before and then the episode starts with like a Revenge of the Sith like flashback. You're like, I thought I was out of this.
I'm so afraid. I'm so afraid of that. Oh my god. I actually was just thinking that. I was like, imagine if it just started off from where he left off. Oh god. Oh my god.
Yeah,
I think
that
I
would
would like fling myself off a cliff.
Yeah, no, I couldn't handle that. No more. No high grounds, none of that. I can't do that.
But I'm glad that I have somebody to be like my emotional support during that. And I have Blake because I don't think I could be like alone in that. Like yeah. Mm-mm.
Nope. Not at all. And AJ's just gonna laugh at my pain the whole time. So yeah. So.
Oh please! Honestly, you guys probably end up laughing about mine too. Like
absolutely not. I've been with you
like,
lock and step.
And I'd be like,
Yeah, my emotions will be high. I won't let you guys see me cry, but 3 a.m. as I'm watching it, I will be here crying.
Like Blake gets excited about things. Sure. Like I'm definitely more emotional. So like, yeah, I'm probably gonna be like, I'm like crying over nothing. He'd be like, why are you crying? And I'd be like, I'm just so emotional that they're back. like the second it opens, it's just start crying. So I'm like, oh my god. Yeah.
Yeah, I won't be able to handle that. Not at all. And I know AJ is excited for his Game of Thrones universe, but that's what Star Wars is for us. It's everything. They could never do anything wrong, ever. But all right, let's jump into it. AJ wanted to start off with Clone Wars. So AJ, I will pass it to you to start us off with Clone Wars. What did you want to talk about Clone Wars?
Well, basically, we can talk about anything. I'm not sure if Trevon's all the way caught up yet. You're up to season 5, right?
I'm in season 6.
Yeah, season 6. Okay, so I guess we can talk up to season 5 or however you guys want to do it. I'm just going to say my overall thoughts of Clone Wars, and then you guys can talk about it. So seasons 1 through 3, or technically seasons 1 through 2. I understand a lot of people think I understand that people think it's boring and all that, but for me, I enjoy it because it introduces clones separately. We get introduced to Rex, Cody, Fives. Yes, we get introduced to these characters individually to understand what they are as a person or as a separate clone. And the first episode with Yoda deeply explains that they all have their individuality to them. And that's something that I really like. And that's something that we didn't really get within the prequels. So it was nice and refreshing to get that element within Clone Wars. And I also love what they did with Ahsoka within those two. I know a lot of people didn't, but I actually did love Ahsoka within those earlier seasons, where I know a lot of people thought she was annoying and all that. And I understand that criticism. But for me, I actually did enjoy her and Anakin's chemistry together, along with Anakin and Obi-Wan. And honestly, I know I get I give a lot of hate towards the prequels, but the one thing that I will say is that I do respect what the prequels did for the time it was shown, and I feel like Clone Wars expanded on that and executed. Bless you.
Sorry, thank you, sir.
and executed it perfectly to help understand what these characters were going through within George Lucas's prequel films, which is good to know. And shout out to the great Dave Filoni for creating this wonderful series. We got a lot of new characters, Satine. We got a lot Satine and Obi-Wan.
Ventress, Mandalorians.
Yes.
The list goes on and on. Yeah.
My favorite bounty hunter.
Cad Bane.
Yep. So good. So yeah, I just want to say I appreciate what Dave Filoni did for this franchise and everything that sits on Star Wars as I would say is the best franchise ever. Personally, I know that's probably a bad thing to say since we got the MCU now, but for me, Star Wars is the greatest franchise ever. So yeah, that's all I wanted to say.
I don't disagree with that at all. Star Wars is the greatest franchise ever. Batman is the greatest character ever. I believe two things can be true. There you go.
I've never heard truer words in my life.
Right, yeah. I believe two things can be true. But I did.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm right there. I'm right there. No arguments at all. None. Star Wars raised me. And then I became a Batman fan. Then I became a DC fan. Then Marvel came after that. So for me, I knew everything about Star Wars by like age 10. You know, obviously at the time, not literally of all time, but at that time, I knew everything about Star Wars. I was reading the books, everything, and I don't read. Anyone that knows me, I don't read, but I read that shit.
Yeah, I hate reading. Comics is something that I do religiously. So
my mom walked in on me one day and was like, that book doesn't have pictures in it. What's happening? And I was just like, I'm reading. She's like, what? But I did just get past my favorite part in this movie. Sith are our speciality. I love when Kenobi says that. Oh, he's such a fucking badass. Goodness.
These ones are our speciality.
Our speciality. All right, I can't talk too much about Revenge of the Sith. Trevon hasn't seen it. But when you do see it, Trevon, it is so much fun. Oh my God. Oh, what a movie. They will never make a Star Wars movie better. Sorry, won't happen. Never will happen. Sorry, directors. Go home.
Nah, I don't think anything could top that.
Don't come to work tomorrow. You'll never do it.
Yeah.
No comment. No
I love that me and Juwaan are always on the same page. We just get each other.
This movie was everything for me. I remember my aunt's husband at the time had it on bootleg, but it was like a crystal clear copy. And I remember watching it and just going, yes, everything. Like they hated it, and I was just like, I can't get enough of this.
No, I watched that like religiously every day.
Loop it back. Yes, Return of the Jedi and Revenge of the Sith. I can say I've watched more times than literally anything else.
Literally,
TV shows, movies, anything.
That's crazy.
Those are on loops. Yeah, those are on loops for me. I loved everything about those. Oh my fucking God.
Those are my two favorite Star Wars movies of all time.
It is just too great. Like, how dare you? Like, how fucking dare you be that good, Star Wars piece of shit?
I know.
Oh, anyway. Makes me sick. Yeah, it makes me sick.
You disgust me.
It does. Like, where do you get the nerve? Like, you know what I'm saying? Have an off season. Anyway.
I know.
They had a long off season. AKA the sequels.
No, because remember, you had in 2003 to 2005 the Samurai Jack style Clone Wars series. Mm-hmm. And then not long after that, maybe a year or two, the new Star Wars The Clone Wars series. So you've had Star Wars almost religiously since 2003. In some form or facet. And then Force Unleashed. Force Unleashed was after that. That was a big phenomenon. So they've always had stuff. Excuse me. Clone Wars for me was just peak storytelling. I remember watching Attack of the Clones, and I was just like, I really don't give a shit about these clones. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, George didn't, I didn't. Like, get them out of here, kill them, who cares? And remember, so you'll learn this, Trevon, but in George Lucas's trilogy for that, the only trooper that ever got a name was Cody. There was no Rex. Rex was Dave Filoni's creation. So there was no Rex, no Fives, none of that. No Bad Batch, none of that. It was Cody. That was it.
Yeah.
That was it, which was very weird in a franchise that was clearly catered towards Anakin. Kenobi only got the trooper with the name. So Filoni retconned that. He was just like, I'm going to fix that. Okay, yeah. No way only Kenobi's out here. You know what I'm saying? With a clone, a clone of, I guess, like, stature. So Filoni gave us Captain Rex. But obviously, you know, Revenge of the Sith, there is no Ahsoka. No Captain Rex, none of that. So to me, that's why, again, when you get to the end of Clone Wars, seeing Order 66 being executed, it's just, it hurts. It really hurts. I remember texting. It
hurts all over again.
Oh my God. Like, just seeing what the troopers went through. We already know from, you'll learn this when you see Revenge of the Sith, Trevon, but we already learned one of the clone troopers was just like, fuck him. Yeah. All right, let me kill him. But when you watch Clone Wars, you're just like, you can definitely tell who was good to the clone troopers between Kenobi and Anakin for sure. Oh, yeah. For sure. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. And look, AJ put out a tweet not too long ago saying he would love a movie about Kenobi and Duchess Satine. The only problem I have with the core concept of that is I literally have the middle and end, right? So unless it's a younger Kenobi meeting Duchess Satine for the first time and seeing their adventures, I've kind of gotten the whole peak of heartbreak of that character.
Have they ever done that in a comic?
No, I think that was all Filoni's. That was Filoni's. Because remember, there wasn't a Mandalore till Filoni. Filoni created the whole concept of Mandalore and Mandalorians. Wow.
Maybe.
Yeah, he created a lot of lore. Like a lot of lore.
Well, honestly, like just like a thought. Maybe. Well, maybe in the new like comic series for Kenobi, maybe they'll touch upon that a little more.
Well, that'd
be great.
They've already dived into Kenobi's younger years in the comics, so I doubt.
No, that's what this one's about. It's filling in all the gaps of everything else we haven't seen.
Right. No, and look, because I'm mentally with AJ. That is one of the more polarizing relationships in Star Wars history, in my opinion.
Yeah, like honestly, a lot of people don't even know about it if you don't watch Clone Wars.
Right. That's why I say it's important to watch Clone Wars, because when you see where Kenobi is mentally, all the loss starts to make sense on why he is the way he is. Right. So that's why I always say these things are important. Excuse me. I know a lot of people are like, I don't really care, and it's like, but character development. You know what I'm saying? Like Trevon, I'll actually give you a perfect example. Like you said before, picture walking into Doctor Strange 2 and not having seen Age of Ultron, Infinity War, or WandaVision, right? It would confuse you. So when you look at Kenobi and you're like, why would he just hide away and not want to help Jedi? It's like, well, look at all this shit the man's been through, right? Like, he wants to just stay secluded. I just want to watch the kids.
Basically prove that, like, you know, Anakin was like the last straw. Pretty much.
Right. But see, that's why, Trevon, because I know you were asking me before, but that's why I didn't like what they did with Luke, because Luke is the complete opposite of Kenobi. Kenobi only believed in the code, right? In every facet. Like, wait, hold on. Did you get to the Siege of Mandalore yet, Trevon?
He's past that, yeah.
You're way past that. So you're way past Duchess Satine dying.
Yeah.
Kenobi followed the code to a T there. He didn't react out of anger. He could have gotten really angry, used the Force, tried to say. He didn't do any of that because he believed in that code, right? So that's what I'm saying. Everything Kenobi has done makes sense. That's who he is. Luke, he
did not make sense. No, that was completely like
never turn his back.
It was just completely out of what, out of like who Luke was.
Right.
That was
like he basically, if you think about it, like, I mean, like obviously the entire trilogy, but he's like slowly figuring out like the code, and like during that time after he, you know, becomes like a master in Return of the Jedi, he like during all those gaps, like you see obviously in like the new sequels that he like went back to the first Jedi Temple to kind of like backtrack on how everything came to be, how everything was created, and like with Jedi, and when he trained his own school and everything.
Mm-hmm.
But like he didn't really follow code because he just kind of like knew he was like, you know, a Jedi, like he was supposed to be a Jedi like his father. So it's like, it's not like he had someone to teach him except for Obi-Wan, but that, you know, you saw what happened with that.
In the comics, he very much believed that there was, without becoming a gray Jedi, there was a gray area in what the Force should be, right? Like, you know, he believed in not becoming too emotional as far as attachments, but he also believed that I'm not going to watch someone die. How many times did Kenobi go, yeah, no, Duchess Satine, I hear what you're saying. That's crazy, but I can't help. It's like, whoa, don't you love me? No, I do, but, you know, politics and shit, I can't help you. And Satine was like, well, goddamn. So we're just going to die here. Yeah, sorry. Luke would never do that. Luke would find some kind of way to help out. So that's why I said to turn his back on like the entire Jedi Order.
He would find an alternative instead of, you know, like he would go like break the rules before Kenobi would.
100%. Kenobi never broke the rules. He was very clear on that. Kenobi was very clear on that. So that's why I appreciate Kenobi. Right, and so Kenobi, we're gonna see how that plays out. But that's why I appreciated
why he's a wanted man.
Right, but that's why I appreciated the Clone Wars for digging deeper into. Look how close things get to his heart, and his reaction is politics. Right, it's straight up politics. You saw Trevon, Ahsoka get framed.
He's in a cult,
and essentially yes. Ahsoka got wanted for murder, and Anakin was willing to rob, kill, steal, like punch your granny in the face, whatever needed to be done to free Ahsoka. Kenobi was just like, shit happens, you know? Like,
it happens.
Crazy. Yeah, you know, fuck it, you going to jail, girl. So I appreciated it when Ahsoka was just like, oh, fuck all y'all then, I'm out of here. It's just like, you're gonna leave? Yeah, hell yeah, I'm gonna leave. Fuck. But that's why I said, Trevon, watching Clone Wars is important, because now it makes sense when Anakin said in Rebels, it was all your fault. You left me when I needed you. It was all your fault. And she had to kind of wear that because she did leave him in one of his more vulnerable times.
I mean,
no. I'm not saying anything that happened was her fault, but I'm saying there was just a relationship he had. Well, I think she was more like, so his compass. You know what I'm saying? Like I think there were things he could tell Ahsoka he couldn't even tell Padme, right? Because she understood him.
Yeah, I feel like it's that. And then right now I'm at the relationship issues with Padme because she don't trust her with the other dude, whatever his name is. I don't really care about him. Just I remember his name, but the one that he's trying to get her. But and Anakin sees that she's like oblivious or ignoring it. I don't know what she's doing, but I was like, girl, you gotta notice the touching.
Oh yeah,
like he is really trying it. He's trying it.
Yeah, like, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Anakin threw him out the building. Like he's trying it, like right in front of him.
Yeah, like, I know exactly what you're talking about. But no, like I said, the relationship he had with Ahsoka. Remember, there were missions Padme would do where Anakin would send Ahsoka. That's how much he trusted and loved her, right? Like I trust you to protect my woman. Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. I'm with you. I'm not blaming Ahsoka for anything.
Ahsoka, throughout all those things, right? Mm-hmm. I always wonder, like, Ahsoka didn't know. Like, she just knew that he really cared for her, but not know fully. Just like Obi-Wan doesn't know fully.
What do you mean,
like,
Padme?
Yeah, about marriage. Like,
I think
it's his actual wife.
I think
I don't think I mean, I assume she maybe could assume it, but I've never seen him like say it.
Anakin wasn't going to do that. Look, I'll spoil something for you. So you'll get there in season 7, right? Okay. Where they're preparing for war and he's sneaking off to talk to Padme, right? You know, just to kind of, check on her, see how everything's going. And as soon as he comes out of the hut, Kenobi's talking to him like, where have you been? We're trying to prepare for battle. And he's like, I'm sorry, had to do a quick call. And as like Anakin tries to walk off with Rex, Kenobi's like, and by the way, how's Padme doing? And Anakin's just like, fuck. And then like just keeps walking away. So like Obi-Wan's always known, but Obi-Wan's always known that Anakin always leads with his heart. So the worst thing to do is to try to stop it, right?
See, I like that better than like in Revenge of the Sith, like her finding out. I was like, and Anakin's the father. Oh, I'm so sorry. Like,
right? Yeah. So I imagine Ahsoka probably. I have to believe it was never on air.
She definitely knew.
I'll say, but I kind of feel like if Anakin were to tell anyone, Ahsoka is the first person. Oh no! Sorry, I'm so stupid. Timeline wise, Ahsoka was no. They got married before he got Ahsoka as a Padawan.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So yeah, I would assume he told Ahsoka. Yeah. I assume he told Ahsoka.
Or if he didn't, she's very smart, so she would have figured it out.
I keep forgetting they got married during Attack of the Clones. Like, I keep forgetting that shit. I'm like, yeah, they did. So timeline-wise, yeah, I assume once Anakin trusted Ahsoka enough, he was just like...
Attack of the Clones isn't set until, like, season 2, though.
Right. That's what I'm saying. So I believe once they got
that means Ahsoka was there before they got married.
Okay, I'm sorry. My point was, I believe once they trusted each other enough, or he trusted her enough, he told her. I don't think Anakin kept any secrets. She's very intuitive.
See, the thing is between Obi-Wan, Anakin, and Ahsoka, they all know what each other is thinking emotionally wise. Mm-hmm. So Obi-Wan already knew everything between Anakin and Padme, relationship wise. Mm-hmm. I guarantee you, Ahsoka knew as well, just as Anakin knew about Satine and Obi-Wan. He just had that feeling.
It did throw him off guard when like he saw it
at first, because that's when he first meets Satine. But
right,
as soon as that chemistry clicked, he was like, "I see you."
Mm-hmm. yeah, he gave him that look. He was like, okay, I see you. Okay. Anakin was like, damn, Satine, okay, that's you. Okay, all right. But no, I always appreciated that. And I think one of the things I love most is I pass it to you, Trevon, about Anakin and Ahsoka's relationship, which, by the way, watching that Star Wars Clone Wars animated movie, very important. But one of the things I love most about their relationship is season 2 or 3. Where Ahsoka's leading her own mission, and she doesn't see the enemy coming from the other side. So Anakin's like, "Hey, get your fucking ass in this ship," and she's like, "No, we're almost winning." And he's like, "Get your ass in this ship," and she's like, "Oh, okay." And then she sees like, the enemy just completely bombard them. I love that moment because in that moment, it was showcasing that regardless of the friendship we see them develop, she still understands that is the master. I am the Padawan. But there's so much similarities between the. That's why I'm like, Dave was a genius. When you watch the prequel movies and then watch Clone Wars, Ahsoka does everything that Anakin did, right? Mm-hmm. Leads with her heart, leads with her lightsaber, right? She's kicking down the door without checking to see if there's anything behind the door. And Anakin's just like, oh my God, you are a headache. Where do you get this shit from? And you just see Kenobi just like,
yeah.
Like, this is why I've been dealing with you this entire time.
I love that so much.
Like one of those things, like when your parents are like, "Oh, you're gonna know when you have your own."
Right. Yes.
Like, yeah.
Yes. And look, Trevon, you get no better
for a rude awakening with Ahsoka.
100%. You get no better example than the Citadel episode, where where Anakin's just like, "Hey, too dangerous. No Jedi's ever come back. Stay home." And she's like, "All right." He looks. He turns around and he goes, "Yeah." So blah blah blah. Like, what the fuck, Ahsoka? Like, what are you doing here, right? And she's just like, I thought maybe you might need me. And he's like, that's exactly what the fuck I would do. Okay, all right, I get you that. So Trevon, so you're obviously up to season 5. Like, what are some of the things you're taking away from Clone Wars? And you're starting to learn some of its newer lore that you didn't know before. But yeah, Filoni's created a lot of canon.
Yeah, I didn't know
for
that.
Star Wars.
Yeah, I definitely didn't know all of that. I just. It's interesting because it sounds like now it's almost like reshaping Clone Wars to be the backbone of what Star Wars is right now. Like, none of this stuff we would have if it wasn't for him then. That's really interesting to me to think about. I don't know, like I really enjoy their relationship, and I really do appreciate as you're watching, you see, like, you hear about Darth Vader and you find out who it is. And like I said, I didn't start Star Wars until Force Awakens was coming out. I was never that interested. I was like, oh, okay, I know about Star Wars. I hear about it. I know it's a big thing, but I never was the person like, oh yeah, let me get into it.
Right.
That's when I watched like 4, 5, and 6. And I didn't watch the prequels because I kept hearing they were so bad. That's what I kept hearing. I was like, oh, don't watch them. They're so terrible. I was like, okay, like whatever. So I just watched 4, 5, and 6, and then I watched the movies that that came out. Just seeing the way people feel about some of these characters is very interesting to me. And as I watch Clone Wars, I'm starting to understand this lore is deep, especially if you watch Clone Wars. I feel if you haven't, maybe you won't appreciate it as much as I am now. I don't know. I can't wait to see, because I think that's what I'm most interested in seeing what this Obi-Wan Kenobi show is gonna be about based off when I finish all of this. Because right now, I just see Kenobi as just a cult in a cult. He just doesn't he's not. I was like, Anakin's like your son, like. Treat him I don't know, treat him like that. Like maybe side with him a few times.
But remember, that's what we kept trying to tell you. It's not though. That's not the relationship they have. That's not the relationship they've ever had. It's always been a brother relationship. Anakin's never
that way either though.
I don't disagree. I don't disagree. But the problem they had was Anakin has always lived his life as someone who's essentially been orphaned, right? So Anakin's always been looking for the replacement of that. Padme was like that weird mother replacement, right? Which is why he had known her since he was like 10.
Yeah.
So it's like, they had that weird relationship, and then he thought Qui-Gon would be the father replacement. He dies, and then it's like, well, shit. And then Obi-Wan raises him more so like a brother would, where it's like, these are the rules. You can follow them. You cannot. But these are the rules, right? Not more so just like, no. Do this. It's the only way for it to be done. And Anakin's never looked at him like he was above him. Like they were just the same.
Well, yeah, he definitely doesn't look at him that way.
Right.
Definitely doesn't look at him as he's above him.
Right.
It's not like, what do I do, master? It's not like that.
No,
it's not like
he will respectfully call him that. Like sometimes he'll respectfully call him master, but other than that, it's like, no, like you're not above me, because it's like I could do.
Which is funny because the only time when he does call him master is when he's being disrespectful.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because when he says that, when he says that, it's like to take a stab at Kenobi. Like, yes, master. And Kenobi's like, you don't fucking do that shit anyway. I know you are. So, but yeah, so that's why I always blame a lot of Anakin's downfall to Kenobi not properly knowing how to really kind of console Anakin. Like, he just never had that. You know what I'm saying? Because he was always so emotionally essentially cut off, right? So when he was working with Qui-Gon, that's the biggest thing. And you don't necessarily learn it from Phantom Menace, Trevon. You got to kind of know the history of Qui-Gon. But Qui-Gon very much was just like, no, Jedi Council. Fuck what y'all talking about. I think we should do this. And they would always just go, Qui-Gon, no one gives a fuck what you say. Go sit down. Right? It's why when he brought Anakin there, they were just like, I don't know what the fuck you think this is. He ain't about to come up in here. He ain't about to come up in here. The Chosen One. The fuck out. That don't exist. So he's always been very, very here with it. So that's why I'm like, Anakin very much, I don't think would have drastically changed his DNA because they believed in the same things. You know what I'm saying? They believed in leading with your heart. That you should have compassion. You should think twice. It shouldn't be so strategic for everything. Excuse me. So I know a lot of people like to believe, oh, if Qui-Gon was still alive, Anakin would have never turned to the dark side. I don't believe that. I don't believe that.
I still...
No, it was always prophesized either way.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't necessarily... I believe it would have been harder for Anakin to be flipped. But not impossible. Not when you lead with love and your heart is that out there, people are just like, oh shit, look at this. Let me chop this shit right up. You know? So Palpatine would have found some kind of way to get to Anakin.
Well, it was like you kept saying is slowly and like I'm not trying to say like put on blame of everybody else around him, but like every other person around him that he loved and cared about kept failing him, and he's just like, and that just kind of drove him further and further away.
Right. Yeah, go ahead, Trevon.
Oh no, fine. Yeah, I just, it's interesting. It's interesting that he turns so dark. Like I get everything that's happening to him, right? I understand, and I understand Padme as well eventually, but it's just like, yes, get mad for a little while, but why continuously be mad? Like why?
Anakin?
Yeah. Like I'm waiting to understand that. I'm sure I'm gonna get there, but it's just very interesting to me that he's like becomes a whole other thing. You know, it's interesting. Like Darth Vader, why become that? Why become
now
like hell bent?
See, I love that you said that because it goes back to what me and AJ were trying to tell you yesterday. It's why we said we would have rather you start with Revenge of the Sith, then watch Clone Wars. Because Revenge of the Sith just fills in the blanks. I mean, I'm sorry. Clone Wars just fills in the blanks between Attack of the Clones and Revenge of the Sith. It just fills in the blanks. So when you watch, as I'm watching Revenge of the Sith, it's constantly, you fucked up. You did wrong. I wouldn't have done that. Why'd you do that? Why are you so close to Palpatine? Enough. Stop it. Blah, blah. Like, it's just so much. And on top of that, Anakin's dealing with these visions of Padme dying. So he's literally losing it, right? And he's telling Yoda. Yoda's just like, nah, shit happens. It's all right. Take 2 of these, you'll be fine. And then like he feels like he can't confide in Kenobi. Remember, in Revenge of the Sith, there is no Ahsoka, right? And we now know that she's gone anyway. So it's like he has no one. And the only person he could turn to is slowly corrupting his soul to the point of he's like, you know what? Maybe Palpatine is right. Fuck all Jedi. And then he goes full dark side. So in Clone Wars, where it seems like maybe it doesn't make a lot of sense, it's because Revenge of the Sith lays it out fully. The whole movie is just about what corrupts Anakin. And then the show just fills in everything else around it.
Just think of it as this way. Revenge of the Sith is a prelude to the Clone Wars, basically. Right,
to season 7. Yeah. And look, this isn't a spoiler for you, Trevon, but season 7 of Clone Wars, it only has Anakin up to the point to where Revenge of the Sith, the movie, starts. Where that movie starts, you get no more Anakin, and it's a full-fledged Ahsoka season, right? So that's why I said it's better to watch Revenge of the Sith, so when you go into season 7, you're like, oh, when Anakin says this, oh, I know exactly what he's talking about, because that's in the movie when they were doing that. You know what I'm
and
saying?
And that season came out after, right? Because it got canceled. I'm back. So all that was after. Right?
Revenge of the Sith came out well before Clone Wars.
No, I'm saying
started.
season 7. Oh, I thought season 7. I thought it got canceled. The show, like.
So season 7 is a direct sequel to basically this a direct prequel to Revenge of the Sith.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's literally like
but he's right.
It's literally in Revenge of the Sith.
Yeah, it went till season 6, got canceled, and so many people kept petitioning to bring it back, and that's why they brought it back for another season
to finish it, right?
Yeah.
But it essentially is telling you what was happening in the galaxy around the time of Revenge of the Sith.
Yeah.
Because we already know what happened to our direct characters. Now we get to see it from a galaxy's view. What was everyone else going through during these moments? So that's why me and AJ were saying, if we had gotten a hold of you before you started this whole series, we would have had you watch the prequels, then go into Clone Wars, and it's just filling in the gaps between the movies. That's really it. But go ahead.
I mean, I guess that's really it for me. I mean, it's just that. I get everything's going through. Like, I can't wait to. I'm very interested and fascinated on how we get to the ruthless slasher that we have now. Like that's it. That's what he seems like he's really like on a
ruthless slasher.
That's what he is. Like, especially what was it, Rogue One? What was at the end of that? Like,
yeah,
I was like,
well, once you watch Revenge of the Sith, you'll understand why.
If you think about it, that's the most ruthless we've ever seen him on film.
100%.
Until Kenobi.
100%. Yeah, because you got to remember, a lot of people don't know this, but in the original 3, that was a way older Vader, where it was more so just like, yo, I am not about to go to this planet to kill a motherfucker. Sin, blah, blah, blah. I ain't got time for that shit. But we're now about to get in the Kenobi series a younger Vader. Yeah. Not even necessarily that. It's right as he enters the peak of Vader. So it's like just when he's crescendoing in, it's just like, I am hungry for death.
Hayden basically said, like, it's the most ruthless. We're probably gonna like see him. Like, well, no. The exact quote was that he's the most powerful that he's ever been in Kenobi.
Yeah. Yep.
Like the height of his powers as Vader. Yeah.
And like Hulk, his rage is what fuels him. So what Palpatine so what Palpatine did to him, Trevon, is he essentially took all the loss, right?
Yeah.
Gave him no answers to that said loss for him to kind of just mentally harp on it. And that anger just drives him day after day after day, making him stronger and stronger.
But he also knew when to bring that stuff up.
Right.
Like, you even see it in Revenge of the Sith. Like, he brings it up, like, when they go to save him from Count. He's like, oh, remember what you told me about your mom with the sand people? Like, that happened, like, one movie ago. Like, you know what I mean?
Right. Yeah, Palpatine is very manipulative. And they're probably not going to showcase this in the show because it's years after. But my favorite Vader is Vader right after Anakin becomes Vader. And Palpatine hasn't yet alerted the galaxy of Darth Vader, right?
So the clone troopers. Honestly, that's probably where we're gonna get some flashbacks from.
I hope so, because that was my favorite Vader. Vader just killing everything in sight. Everything.
Well, like you also
any and everything.
Like, honestly, like I we won't know until we watch it, but like I could see them starting off from like Revenge of the Sith, or like eventually having like a flashback, because like. If you think about it, like, we know it's 10 years, but, like, you have to, like, it's basically like what they did with Boba Fett, like, how he got out of the Sarlacc pit.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you have to show what happened. Like, obviously, we see a little bit of it, and, like, we see him transform into Vader, but, like, where it's, like, he officially, like, is, you know, bringing to the galaxy Darth Vader and, like, kind of releasing the rage and everything. Mm-hmm. And, like, everybody, like, I know that's that rumor that, like, even in the trailer was, like, Kenobi's face when you see, like, Vader suiting up and everything, like, that, I feel like that's going to be, like, a moment where it's, like, what do they do to you? Or, like, realizing that that's Anakin. I mean, yeah, that he survived and that's Anakin.
Yeah, I've never felt this way to where I'm going to be emotional and excited. Like,
oh man,
it's going to be so much fun seeing the pain Kenobi goes through when he's just like, Anakin? And it's like, man. Yeah, and he gonna kill you. He gonna kill you dead. Yeah, I'm gonna love every second of it. I'm gonna love every second of it. I might be the only person where everyone's just like, go Kenobi, and I'm just like, I'm just waiting for Vader's revenge.
Is that bad that I'm literally waiting. Like that too? Like
I'm waiting.
I love Kenobi, but I'm like, no, I'm here for my boy Vader to be the greatest Sith Lord of all time and like grace our screens again and the galaxy and destroy.
I'm just picturing people when we do our weekly reviews. It's gonna be like that parent whose kid is just super violent out there on the field, and it's like, hey, who's your kid? And you're just like, I don't want to tell you. No, who's your kid? That one that punched your kid in the face. And it's like, oh my God, you're horrible. It's like, oh, who are you watching Kenobi for? Vader, the bad guy.
I mean, to be honest, like
I'm here.
I wouldn't even deny it the first time. I'd be like, that one right there. Yeah, that's my
that
boy.
one right there.
That's my boy. Right I'm proud. I'm a proud mother.
That one right there, mother. Force choking your child. The one force choking your child. Yeah, that's mine. That's me. That's
my boy.
Good job. But no. So I really appreciate seeing the journey of Anakin. And like I said, Trevon, when you watch it, you'll definitely. And by the way, let me just say this, Trevon. For all the people that are telling you that the prequels were bad, I know you. You will definitely feel as though the original trilogy is a million times worse than the prequels are.
Trevon would most definitely love the prequels more.
100. First thing you're gonna text me, Trevon, is Juwaan, I fell asleep, and I'm gonna go. I know.
I did like the first two.
You know the original. You know I'm talking the original trilogy.
Yeah, no, 4, 5, and 6, right?
Yeah. So you saw. Wait, you didn't like 6?
No, I didn't say that. I said I've seen 4, 5, and 6,
and
I did like the first 2 prequels.
Oh, okay,
so,
okay.
Yeah.
Wait, you did like 4, 5, and I really wouldn't thought that wouldn't have been for you.
I like them. Yeah.
Wow, you surprised me, Trevon. Look at you. But yeah, no, I definitely loved it. AJ, do you still believe that Anakin's most powerful self would have been if he had not been chopped up?
Yeah.
And you still believe no one would have been able to kill him?
No.
Luke would have been able
he's
to
just as bad, like with that, like his like entire robotic body.
I wouldn't even say he's his most powerful. I'll say he's his most powerful now because of the hate. But if it becomes due to mobility, then yeah, I think Anakin would be able to best any known Jedi or Sith ever. But force-wise, I think we needed this character. We needed Anakin to be basically burnt to have a stronger will and stuff like that. But combat-wise, I think Anakin is better.
Because remember, him being burnt, a lot of his connection to the Force was lost. Yeah. So that's why a lot of people believe if he had not have been chopped up and burnt, he would have had the full connection to the Force and then would have just become unstoppable.
No, I absolutely believe that.
Completely unstoppable.
But that makes no sense. What does being burnt have to do with?
No. He essentially died, right? So you essentially died. So that kind of cuts off a lot of your access to the Force. Okay. And remember, he wasn't really that in tune with the Force to begin with. Anakin was more so of a swordsman, really, than anything else.
I would disagree on that because of the Mortis episode.
No. He can become in tune with the Force, but it wasn't like a like when you see a lot of Anakin fights, he usually always leads with sword. Never with the Force. Kenobi will always finesse some shit. Like Kenobi's just like, you fly there, destroy that, I can go home.
Yeah,
Anakin's just like, I want to get my hands dirty. Let me reach my hand in, pull your complete robotics out.
He never used the Force to ever help him.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, even watching Clone Wars, it was more swords, right?
Like even when Kenobi fought Grievous, he used the Force and everything else to help him. Like Anakin wouldn't do that.
Right. Yeah, Anakin's like, I'm not soft. He's like, I will fall. I'll fall. Yeah, I'm not soft like Kenobi. But Sabrina, like, what does the Clone Wars series mean to you, and how much have you enjoyed the lore that it's created?
So, I love it, and if I needed something to make me love my favorite, like if I wasn't sure that Anakin was my favorite from Revenge of the Sith, this just made me love him like 1,000 times more. And it's like I talked to a lot of people about that, and like I guess I'm in the minority that's like loved him since day one, even though people are like, oh, he's whiny, he's this and that. Like I loved him since day one. Like even when like little kid Anakin, I thought he was so cute. But like I really like slowly became more and more attached to him, like in like Attack of the Clones and Revenge of the Sith. And I was like, I know I love this character, and like this just his story and everything else. And when this came out, I was like, wow, I was like, this, I mean, like I said, so what, talking to other people, they were like, oh, I hated him, but like this made me appreciate him more, see him in a different light. And like, I didn't need that because I already saw who he was. But like, it makes me happy that other people like see that now. But also I'm like, you didn't need that because he was already a great character on his own. But like, I'm also like, you know what, I get it. But no, it's amazing how much like more lore was just like created from this show that like honestly that so many people don't even know. Like a lot of people, like my brother kind of like watched Clone Wars, not like religiously, but like my brother watched Boba Fett and Cad Bane showed up. My brother was like, oh yeah, that's right, he was from Clone Wars, right? But like not a lot of people who watch that have watched all the cartoons or read comics and stuff like that, and certain characters show up in that. They're like, oh, who's this guy? You know what I mean?
Right.
So it's like that's kind of, I like that. Like, if you didn't already think that the prequel era is like one of the best eras of Star Wars, Clone Wars proves that further. Like, let alone with the characters, the story, everything. Like, it goes in more depth than like 2 hours of a movie. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I'm definitely somebody like I like prefer sometimes shows over movies because it's like you could do more development in an episode than you can in a movie because you're rushing the plot and everything else. Like, I describe it as, so like my favorite Bruce and Alfred relationship is in Gotham because you saw more than just like what the movie gave us. Like you saw it slowly from day one, from when he was a kid and his parents died, to like Bruce becoming Batman.
Yeah, I'll give you that. That's probably the only thing Gotham I'll give you, but I will give you that. I will give you that.
We'll talk more.
I will give you that for sure. I won't argue that at all. I'll give you that.
That's because it's like, it's not just like, yeah, he's always helped him as Batman, but like that proved it further. Like he like just went more in depth of like the fundamentals of their relationship that like you don't get in movies because they're rushing it for everything else, whether it's for other characters, the plot, whatever it is. But like they could focus on their relationship. So it's like stuff like that, like key points of certain characters, like relationships you saw with Kenobi, with Anakin and Padme, Ahsoka and Anakin. Like that's like probably one of the most important things. Like I said, a lot of people, until she was brought into Mandalorian, a lot of people didn't entirely know who she was if you didn't watch Clone Wars,
right? Because
she was created for the show, and a lot of people didn't know that Anakin had a Padawan either. Like I remember I used to argue with people. I'm like, well, because a lot of, if you think about it, in movie canon, he was only ever made a Jedi Knight, and like when he was put on the council, he was upset because he was like, why am I not a master? He's like, I'm a Jedi. He's like, they won't make me a master, but they'll put me on the Jedi Council. And he's like, that makes no sense. Like, that's not fair. But like, and if you think about it, especially after watching Clone Wars, it does make sense further because he literally had his own Padawan.
Yep.
So it's like he was as much of a master as Kenobi was, as Qui-Gon was, as Yoda was, as everybody was.
But what I liked about what Dave Filoni did was that was not a council decision. Remember, Ahsoka was supposed to be Obi-Wan's Padawan.
Yeah.
And then Obi-Wan was just like, no. You passed one off on me before, not letting that shit happen again. No, thank you.
It's like, and then it became
Anakin.
Again, he's like, no, I'm good.
Right. So that kind of pushes back a little bit because I believe the council was never okay with it, but they know not to fuck with Yoda. Yoda was just like, I said yes. And they were like, oh shit, okay. All right.
Well, like I said, that also added to more of Anakin's lore because even in the movies, he has like a lot of like the, Jedi and like the council didn't trust him like the same way. that they would have trusted Kenobi.
Mm-hmm.
But like that shows that like, or because I thought he was a kid and he was not as responsible to like have his own Padawan. But like you see that with him and Ahsoka, and like that they only trust each other, and like that development alone is just like amazing. And like the fact that we could see it in live action literally makes you want to cry. Like,
yes,
that's what I mean. Like, it's one thing to see in a cartoon, but like that's also what I wanted to mention. That's the one thing I am truly, truly, truly hoping Kenobi delivers for me. Is just I just want one flashback of I don't know if it would be Ahsoka too, but I just want one with Anakin and Obi-Wan in their Clone Wars armor. That's all I want. It's literally like a simple thing because I used to see edits of it and I'm like I just want to see him wear his Clone Wars armor.
Yeah.
It's literally I've been teased about it for years, like seeing all these edits for years, and I was like, oh, I'm never gonna get this. It literally depressed me. And then when he got cast in the show, I was like, and like Ewan said something about he's like, oh, us back as Anakin and like Obi-Wan, and I was like, oh my god, I was like, it could happen.
It could
and
happen.
I will lose my mind. Like I will
it
literally
could happen.
It's gonna be over for me. Like that little like thing will take me out. Like take me out.
So you're seeing it, Trevon?
Yeah, I just thought that.
Yeah, because the way George Lucas always wanted it to be is exactly how it is behind you. More where it was like Jedi like cloth or whatever the hell that is. But Filoni gave them actual armor because Filoni's like, you're going into battle every day. There's no fucking way you wear that. Like that's stupid. You got to put some kind of armor on.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, yeah, because like it's one thing if they're going on a mission, it's like whatever. You don't have to wear the armor all the time. But like if you're fighting a literal war and you don't have armor,
yeah, that's hard to believe.
A whole bunch of lasers
like,
coming at you.
Detail,
right.
But
yeah. I love the concept of it, and I think we will get it. But I did want to ask this question. It wasn't part of AJ's topics, but I think we can have some fun with this. I'll start off with you, AJ. What is your biggest Star Wars what if? Like, if they said they were going to do a what if series for Star Wars, what would be your biggest what if?
Yeah.
You want me to start?
Yeah, you start off.
Okay. My biggest what if would be, what if the council trusted Anakin with stopping General Grievous instead of Kenobi, so that Anakin wouldn't have been there when they went to go arrest Palpatine. They also wouldn't have had the information needed to arrest Palpatine. But it does put one in one spot and the other in the other. And I do believe Palpatine would have still did some shady shit for Kenobi to go, I saw that shit. Hold on. So that's my biggest what if, because I'm like, well, where does Anakin's trajectory go from there? Because we do know, and this is, take your headphones off for this, Trevon, so I don't spoil it for you. But we do, okay. All right, well, we do know that when Kenobi goes to fight Grievous and take on Grievous and stop him, we do know that that is the moment where they execute Order 66. Cody shoots down Kenobi. So how does that play if that's Anakin and not Kenobi? How does all that play out? So to me, that's my biggest what if, because I'm like, does Palpatine just like forever succeed? Who is his replacement? You know what I'm saying? Because there was a point in Clone Wars where the Siege of Mandalore, where Maul failed and got his brother killed, and Palpatine was just like, I have plans for you. Come with me. And we never got to see what those plans were, right? So I'm like, did Palpatine maybe shelf him in case Anakin fucked up? And it's like, well, I'll just go back to Darth Maul. So I'm very curious how those events would have turned if they were flipped. Now I can pass it to you, AJ.
Okay, so my what if is, what if Padme did not die? So we know that Anakin or Darth Vader does find out that Padme dies canon-wise. But what if she never died, she went looking for him, and they talked it out? Or whatever. Would he go back to the good side since he knows that she's still alive? Or what would happen then? Especially since I'm asking this, especially since in the comics, Darth Vader does meet Padme's twin, Sabe. I can't remember her name. I think it's Sabe, but he does meet her and he's reminded of Padme a lot through her, and you can tell that he's resistant of killing her at first because she looks like her, right, and stuff like that. So my what if Padme is still alive?
I like that a lot, because to me it kind of feels like if you're Palpatine, the first fucking thing you're doing is like, I gotta kill her. Like, she got to die. But I just believe we would just get a earlier version of Return of the Jedi, right? Where instead of Luke talking Vader into helping him, Leia talks Vader into helping him. Or are you saying he doesn't become Vader? Padme, sorry. Or are you saying he doesn't become Vader yet because he doesn't fight Kenobi? He's still Anakin.
Well, no, that all still happens. So they still fight, but during childbirth, she's still alive. She doesn't die during childbirth.
Then yeah,
so everything after prior to Revenge of the Sith.
We would just get that.
Anakin probably doesn't know, and then she goes to try to like turn him back.
Yeah, because what Trevon doesn't know is Palpatine was just like, yeah, crazy thing, Darth Vader. Padme and your children somehow weirdly died. They're all gone. And then he was just like, I just want to kill some stuff. But now we're talking about Padme just showing up one day with Luke and Leia just like, we're not dead. And he's just like, you know what I'm saying? Him fighting himself to try to see if that's real or fake or if that's an illusion. And then seeing how real it is, it would snap him out the same way that him being forced to kill his son snapped him out. So I think it just would have had an earlier effect, but nonetheless the same effect. But I would like to see how that plays out. Like, is he too far gone? Because we're talking about an earlier Vader, right? A Vader that hasn't conquered everything in the galaxy and has time to just sit back. This is Vader that's just like, I got some more Jedi to kill. Let me get back out there. So yeah, that might have stopped
some. And then they fuck it out and live happily ever after in his castle.
That would be awesome. Where Padme is just like, do we need all this lava? Like, like, is there any way we can get rid of maybe some of it? And he's like, that's the whole aesthetic. That's why I bought the place. That's why I bought the place. I didn't think I'd have kids. But Trevon, I guarantee you he'll teach him how to always be on the high ground. Anyway, Trevon, what would be your what if you could create a what if for Star Wars?
I mean, now that you mentioned that Ahsoka was created for Clone Wars, how would it be if she was in Revenge of the Sith then? That sounds like I'm just from the things you guys are telling me. I haven't seen the movie, but I'm pretty sure I knows what happens in it. And I did just Google something, so because y'all keep talking about he's burning and chopped up. I'm like, what? Y'all keep saying that. I'm like, what do you mean burnt and chopped up? So I had to go look. So I was like, oh, okay. That's good Lord. But
yes.
he's basically like Robo guy after Revenge of the Sith.
Yep.
But I was like, what if she, stopped the fight? I don't know. But or is he already mad at her for leaving him already? Like, he's already at that point?
I don't know how that would
would he
work.
Attack her?
I don't know. I don't know, Trevon, only because canonically we know that we know what Ahsoka was doing during the events of him essentially dying and then becoming Vader. Because you're not there yet, and which makes it so difficult to talk about it, but you'll get to it in season 7. But you'll see what she's doing during the events of it and how she reacts to it. But if she was there, everyone always feels like if Ahsoka was physically there with Kenobi and Padme when they went to go confront Anakin after he already killed children, all kinds of shit. They believe Ahsoka could have helped diffuse the situation. To me, if the woman he's trying to stop from dying wasn't enough to convert him, no way in hell Ahsoka was going to be enough. No way. And then you'll see when you watch the movie what he was doing to Padme because he was so far gone. So to me, there was nothing that would have pulled him out of that. Nothing. Not Ahsoka, not damn it. What's shit? Why am I completely blanking?
Obi-Wan?
No, who was his master? Qui-Gon. Yeah, Qui-Gon nor Ahsoka at that specific point would have been able to bring him back.
So
his mother could.
I got a different one.
His mother could, yeah. That's every mother's gift.
I got a different one now. What if Ahsoka was never framed and Barris just did the mission that she framed? Like Barris got caught for that instead of Ahsoka being framed.
So what if Ahsoka never left the Jedi Order?
Yeah. I wonder what that would be.
That I would give you more so than, if she was there. If she never left, it would have had some effect. I don't know how powerful an effect.
I think she would have maybe she figured out Palpatine. Maybe she would have figured out, about Palpatine and
well, I give Trevon that because we do see Anakin confront Palpatine and then essentially turn him in, right? So maybe in that moment where Anakin's completely freaking out, like, no, you can't kill him. He has the information. Maybe Ahsoka steps in front before poor Mace Windu has to lose both arms and get sent out of a window. So maybe, yeah, I'll give you that. Maybe she can talk him down in that moment for sure. I know she would have talked him down from killing children. For 100% she would have. But when Anakin
would have killed her too along with them.
But if Anakin was willing to kill children at that point, he might have just been too far gone. I mean, he didn't even hesitate. The kid was just like, "Hey, Anakin, what's happening?" He was just like, "You're gonna die." And it was like, "Oh shit!"
He's actually a literal slasher.
Yeah, he turned into a full-on horror icon in that moment. Freddy and Jason would have been like, "Okay, shit, all right, okay." So yeah, I like that. I like that second one a lot. Because I have to just imagine it would have had some effect. I just don't know if it would have been enough, is my only thing. But I like that. I like that a lot. Sabrina, what would your what if be?
You kind of mentioned it a little bit, but like if when Anakin found out that Palpatine was the Sith Lord they were looking for, and like whether I don't know, I'm always torn between whether he was there or like he didn't show up when they went to go like arrest him and kill him. Because then like obviously that's like the most obvious thing, because it's like, oh, that didn't happen, he went and became Vader and blah blah blah. But like I don't know. Ever since like there's like a YouTube channel that it was like how it should have ended. They did that and I was like and then I saw that and I was like, oh, man, yeah, like that could have been avoided. Like everything could have been avoided. So like that's kind of like looking my like what if was that like if not, I don't know if I would say Anakin letting them kill him, but like maybe arresting him, and like if they wanted to kill him, like that'd be up to them, and like Anakin not interfering.
Yeah, he never thought about that. Like Mace Windu was like, no, he's too powerful, we got to kill him, and Anakin was just like, no, let him stand trial so I can get my questions and shit out. And then you immediately see like Palpatine is way too powerful to leave alive, like way too powerful. But it's funny you say that because I just finished watching the scene of where Windu was just like, stay your ass here, we gonna go get him.
Yeah, but like was just like about it though. But see, like when you think about that, and like you say, he's too like he was too powerful to be left alive. Like probably like while he's arrested and like about to be executed, like what if he overpowers all of them too because he's that powerful? So like it wouldn't have. So who knows if it would have worked or not?
Yeah, and I'm watching it here and I'm remembering now. Palpatine's words were racing through his head. If they kill me, who will help you save Padme? So I assume he would have still used that manipulation, and it was really troubling Anakin. I find it hard to believe he would have just sat there knowing that his only possible hope could die. So I don't know, because I'm sitting here and I'm watching him and he's so torn. Like he wants to stay there, but he's like, fuck, if they kill him, I'm lost. Like she's gonna die. Like I'm gonna lose her regardless. So and by the way, George Lucas, let me give you all the props. I know AJ sometimes be hating on you. It is pure beauty seeing the sunset as you're watching Padme and Anakin both look up to essentially showcase them kind of looking to each other. Fucking beautiful, George Lucas. Ugh.
Every sunset shot is beautiful in Star Wars.
Goodness gracious. Every goddamn sunset, AJ. Every goddamn one.
Like even that, but like him just like marching in the Jedi temple.
Oh, yeah.
See,
that's the greatest
issue
entrance
with
ever.
me isn't the visuals of the prequels. I like the visuals of the prequels.
Let me guess, it's the focus on the Skywalkers.
Wait, what?
I said, let me guess, it's the focus on the Skywalkers.
No, I think it needed to be the focus of the Skywalkers.
I mean, George's plan was to continue for the universe to just be focused on the Skywalkers.
Oh yeah, then no. That's enough. I'm glad that's over now. But
well, shit, 3 full movies we just saw beg to differ.
We're done with it now. End of the Skywalker saga. That's what it was.
Rey's still alive. She's a Skywalker.
She is not a Skywalker. I will never agree to that ever. No.
Skywalker.
She not. Anakin wouldn't have accepted her. Hell no.
Yes, he would.
Yeah, he would.
No goddamn Skywalker.
He would.
Yes, he
would.
He'd
have been like, man, I got Ahsoka here. I don't need 2 of you. Like, you go.
No,
hey, he didn't even make Ahsoka a Skywalker. He gonna make Rey one? I think not.
Him and Padme would accept the hell out of her.
Anakin would be like, no, we got 2 badass kids running around here. I think not. I think I don't need another one. No, thank you. But yeah, I mean, also, a what if would be. It's kind of fucked up, but I just want something better for R2. R2 has just had to see too much sick shit in his life. Poor robot. Trevon, if only you knew the shit R2-D2 had to watch. Goodness gracious, that poor droid. R2 is just looking at Luke like, oh, they never told you what your daddy really did, huh? Yeah, he killed some kids. He killed lots of kids.
I was there.
Lots of them.
I was in the front row seat.
I had to sit there and watch. And R2 just like, and crazy thing, Luke, is he fucking made me record it. I had to record this shit too. Crazy. It's crazy. Wish I wasn't there.
All right, I got it right here. You want to see it?
You want to watch it? I'll play it. Yeah, I bet you Kenobi never told you that. I'll play it right now. All right, so let's move on. Trevon, I want to start off with you. Star Wars Survivor, the Jedi Fallen Order sequel. How excited are you for that? And look, are you going to be patient this time, Trevon? Because if the game don't come out by next year, are you going to be okay and patient enough to believe it's still coming out?
Nope.
He taking a long ass.
Yeah. So you know how I am. I have my list of things that keep getting promised to me that are being worked on that I haven't seen anything. You know, I'm not good there. But yes, so I'm excited for this game. I'm excited that they announced it. I've got to the point with video games where I think I've been very jaded since the Spider-Man PS4 game. Like I told you, I didn't have to have a PlayStation 4 when that game was announced. I bought one thinking the game was coming. And then it delayed the motherfucker. I think another year after I got the damn PlayStation, I was like, what am I gonna do with this? I'm not playing this Uncharted. Like, I don't care. Because I think it came with it. I ain't playing this shit. I want the Spider-Man game. Where is it? So yeah, so I get it, they announced stuff to get people excited, but it's like, if it's like 3 years away or something, don't tell me. just don't do that to me. Like, I don't know. Like, I'm excited they announced it, but I'm just like, when is it actually coming though? Like 2 years, 3 years, you know, like, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it. I'm happy for it that the game is getting a sequel. There was like no question. I was like, it better. Like, I need to see him again. That game was awesome.
Right.
Like,
I'm with you there.
So yeah. So I don't know. I'm just excited to see the character again. Hopefully I see him in a different capacity rather than just the game one day. But other than that, yeah.
There's openings in the Mandalorian.
Never know.
There's openings in the Mandalorian and Ahsoka for him to show up. But I mean, shit, people even made the argument, could he show up in Kenobi series?
Who?
Cal Kestis.
I think it's the rumors right now is Kenobi, so I could see that.
Because I know a lot of people are like, oh, he'd be too young. No. Kenobi series is like 10 years after Revenge of the Sith.
Well, it's not even that. Like, a lot of people said, like my manager, we were talking about it, that because they made a big deal about him having his own lightsaber at Star Wars.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Galaxy's Edge. So it's like, I don't know, there's more than just like, and they could have paid like anybody to be like, you know, Cal, but like they paid Cameron Monaghan, so
yeah.
I don't know.
It's also I've never seen Sam Witwer anywhere besides just a video game, and I would argue he means more to Star Wars than Cameron does. And I still haven't seen the man do anything but voice work. Even though he could easily do physical anything. So we'll see. I'm just saying it's not look, I thought Cal Kestis is who Grogu was reaching out to. So, you know, picture how shocked I was when fucking Luke Skywalker showed up. Like, what? What? Huh? What? So, you know,
motherfucker.
Yeah, that's exactly what Luke said. And you know what's funny? Everyone kept saying, like, oh, when the one ship came, like, I didn't know who it was. And I was like, you're not a Star Wars fan. All Star Wars fans knew a singular ship, that's fucking Luke. Like, it's Luke. It's Luke. What are we talking about here?
To be honest with you, I didn't actually like watch the episode that night. I like went on Twitter the next morning and I saw it and I like cried. And then I went to watch it and I was like, no freaking way.
I cried watching it. When I saw that ship land, I said, okay, it could only be Luke, but no fucking way it's Luke.
I was kind of late to the party with Mandalorian just because like nothing against it. I just like bounty hunters are not always my favorite part of Star Wars, so it was like I don't know if I'd be interested in that. Like, when I was like gonna eventually do it, but it just was like I never like made it a huge priority. And then
that's another thing I'll give Dave Filoni. Bounty hunters was never an interest of mine, so he created Cad Bane, and I was like, well, now I love bounty hunters. Okay, yeah.
Well, that's how I feel about.
Sign me up.
Now.
Like Jango Fett a badass too. So
yes, he did. Yes, he did. So. But yeah, when Luke showed up, I was just like jaw on the ground. Lord, he looks glorious.
Well, and then Book of Boba Fett, like I didn't think we'd see him again, and I was like, holy shit.
Yeah, I still believe dialogue is the best thing to happen in that entire season. Ahsoka and Luke talking to each other.
That is the greatest thing. Until Kenobi, whatever happens, Kenobi. That is one of the greatest things that's ever happened to me. Like, the line that killed me, you're so much like your father. I was like, nope, I can't. I was like, no, I was literally crying.
I love that line so much. I'm like
I was hysterical.
Luke, you don't even know.
I was like, I can't do this right now.
I need to hear war stories. I need to see them both sitting down over a campfire, just sharing war stories. I need it. I need it more than anything in my life. I need to hear her
talk more about Anakin. I need
it.
Stuff like that. It works well when you love the characters. Like, I would actually enjoy watching that as well. It's weird. Some stuff is like I could like the campfire scene, Power Rangers, lived. Loved it. I was in love with it. Was just this talking. I loved it. Like, I loved it. But yeah, just stuff like that. I don't know. It's just weird. I don't know.
Like kind of like how Obi-Wan told Luke about his father. Like that's how I want like Ahsoka and Luke talking about Anakin. Look,
Obi-Wan was very generous when speaking about Anakin. I need Ahsoka to be real. Like, your father used to be the greatest human being ever. Then he kind of turned real shitty.
And now he's
shitty, you know?
Bad, yeah.
All right. So Sabrina, how excited are you for this sequel to Jedi Fallen Order?
I actually I don't own any like game consoles, so I have not played any of the games, unfortunately. But
that's fine.
Yeah.
Do me a favor then. Do me a favor. When you get a chance, just type in Jedi Fallen Order cutscenes. Just watch the whole cutscenes.
Like I've seen some of the gameplay. Like I know about Cal and like Luke and everything. Like I know about all that. I just never physically got to play it. So like I don't know the entire full story. But like when people were saying Cal, I was like, wow. And then I kind of like looked more into it, and I was like, why are you? I was like wondering if Cal does show up in Kenobi, like how would that work? And then I was like, okay, and I have more of an understanding. But yeah, it wasn't even like that I had no interest. It's just like I don't have a game console. My brother does, and my brother's like, no, I'm not interested in these games. And I'm like, okay.
It's like sometimes the lore is very important though.
Yeah, I know.
His lore is very important.
My brother loved Lego Star Wars, and like everything else, he just never really got into for Star Wars.
Yeah, so Cal Kestis is very important because he runs into Saw Gerrera. So that's a connective dot. Excuse me. He fights Vader. That's a connective dot.
Oh shit! Really?
Yeah, he fights Vader. Vader's in that game. And obviously,
was it a fight though?
No.
Was it a fight?
No,
the witches,
not at all. Not
what are they called? What are the witches called?
The Night Sisters. The Night Sisters are in it. So it's just the lore of all of that. So that's why I say Cal Kestis' story is very important to where we are in Star Wars right now, because he could pop up anywhere and it would make perfect sense. You know what I'm saying? And I would love for them to retcon the game a little bit to where maybe he does meet Kenobi, and Kenobi kind of gives him that faith of like, hey, don't ever come out of the shadows. Don't you ever come out of the shadows.
A lot of people are thinking.
Like, I would really love that. I would really, because look, Trevon, you know this. You watch Rebels. There was an audio that was sent out, and then they traced it back to find out it was Kenobi. But Kenobi was just like, no, none of that shit, not out here. So I'm like, a lot of that is important, and Cal Kestis' story to me, if they do use him in live action, is one of the most important outside of Ezra's. Mainly because I want to see bearded Cal Kestis, just like I want to see bearded Ezra.
Cal Kestis.
Yeah, I want to see bearded Ezra. Ezra better have that beard. He better be cursing. You know what I'm saying? I want to see him use middle fingers a little bit. Like, I need to see Ezra fully embrace that dark side a little bit. You know what I'm saying? But no, Ezra to me could be very important for Star Wars, because if they were smart, they would utilize Ezra the same way that they utilize Anakin. Let him be the bridge to the whole new future of Star Wars. That is a very likable character. And I think that you very much can do a lot with Ezra Bridger. Especially if you want to do some real crazy shit. Bring Kanan back from the dead and let that be maybe what tries to bring Ezra back. I would like that a lot. I would like that a lot. Make that happen, Dave. Make that happen.
I kind of want.
Fired.
Wow. So the Night Sisters, that's something else that Filoni made as well.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. But yeah, I like that. I actually would like to learn more about them. I don't know, game, show. I mean, more. Like I really enjoyed.
Give me more.
Well, ask me something. Let me see if I can help. Or are you just saying you want to watch it?
Yeah, I just want to watch something about them, like a game or something. Like, I just thought they were really cool. Like, I was like, oh, this is neat. More, please. Yeah, I like them a lot. I was like, I like magic and shit. So I was like, I'll eat that shit up. I was like, come on,
you gotta get into
more of that,
more of that,
please. Like, give me.
Yeah, it's a lot, and I love that Filoni connected the Night Sisters to Maul's people. Because I'm like, yeah, that does make a lot of sense. That does make a lot of sense. Even though the men on that planet were just fucking pussies. Yes. Like, Asajj just went there and just was slapping the shit out of him. Like, and what you gonna do? And they're like, nothing. Yeah, I'm go home, tuck my chain in. So I definitely want to see more of that. But yeah, I get you, Trevon. They're very, 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 very interesting. And there's actually a comic book on what their downfall is. AJ knows that comic book.
I like in the game, I like when she was like helping and stuff. I was like, can I like switch to her for a little bit? Like, that's what I wanted. I was like, don't do this. Like, give me her playable, like DLC. Like I just thought it would be cool. I did.
I can't even blame you, because I did want to play as the as a Sith at one point or another in that game. As soon as Vader showed up, I was just like, is he playable? No.
Okay.
Shit. I guess I'll be Cal Kestis here. Somewhere Cal Kestis is just like, I thought we started this conversation with loving me. Now y'all want to be everybody but me. It's like, it happens.
I mean, the characters were done well. Sorry.
They were. Yeah, they were. Sorry. You know what I'm saying? Sorry. You weren't the standout. Sorry. But AJ, how excited are you for this game?
Excited. The first Fallen Order took place 5 years after Revenge of the Sith.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm curious on when this is going to take place after Revenge of the Sith as well. Is it going to be 2 years or 10 years after or 7 years? I wonder how long it's going to take place. And I'm excited, like you guys were talking about. I am excited for the cameos that's going to be presented within the sequel games. I'm curious how the gameplay is going to be a little bit different from the original game. Is it going to be a much more expansive world, more so than a linear type of game or something like that? So I'm curious on how everything is going to play out within Survivor. Yeah.
To me, what I want to see them do is something that I don't think has ever been done before. I don't think we've ever had a show, movie, game tie-in, right? So what I want them to do for part 2 is put a Din Djarin in there, put an Ahsoka Tano in there, right? Like put some of these other familiar faces in there where we can go, oh shit, this is really connected in every facet. We definitely might see Cal Kestis come into live action. Connected that much. You know what I'm saying? Because that's when you can start to really expand the world, and Trevon can get the game he wants with the Night Sisters. I can maybe play as Vader one day. That'd be really fucking awesome. Don't know why that's never been a game. And you can really
that it hasn't.
I don't understand that. I know I've had
Vader
to
Immortal.
kill Vader in numerous games, but I never get to play as Vader really.
Vader Immortals.
You know what? I think I want a game of a free roam game of Vader that takes place the day after Revenge of the Sith. That's what I want. Where it's no one knows who Vader is yet.
So him in the back of the tank.
A few days after. A few
That's
days
what we're
after.
seeing Kenobi.
What?
Him in the tank.
Oh, right. Yeah, that we should. That's how he'd be healing. But yeah, I do want to see when he's killing clone troopers because they don't know who Vader is. We see him fighting not Shakti. Who's the librarian? Why do I always flame on her name?
It's not Shakti.
No, it's not Shakti. Fuck, I can't think of her name. But the librarian, he fights her. She puts up a really good fight. And then for God's sake, I want there to be a part in the game where I gotta tap X, B, Y, and A to bleed a crystal. I want it. I want to bleed a crystal. That's all I've ever wanted in my entire life is to bleed a crystal.
So exhausting.
Oh, I love it. I fucking love when Force Unleashed 2 did it. I was just like, yeah. That's how you win Thumb Wars, AJ. Do you not have Thumb Wars randomly?
No.
No. What are your friends doing? I don't understand. I don't understand.
That's
not like
Thumb Wars.
I need
not
a
random Thumb Wars.
I need random Thumb Wars. All right. Let's do Ahsoka series filming. AJ, I'm gonna save the Obi-Wan excitement for next week because next week is literally just 1 week closer to its actually debuting. But I do want to talk.
See, like every time you say that, I get like a little sick to my stomach of excitement because I'm like,
someone's getting butterflies.
Yeah, it's like bad. Like I'm always excited for everything Star Wars put out, but like this is just like a whole new level that I'm like, this is like what I've waited for, and like this, like I literally keep saying it every day. I see like interview pictures of Hayden and Eowyn, but like this is literally a dream. Like I never in a million years would have thought I would see them two together again like that.
Yeah.
And like every day now I wake up to new content of them and it makes me cry and it makes my day.
Yeah, what makes me sad is knowing that I will wake up next year and I will have no more of it. So
stop.
Technically, you will have.
We don't talk about that.
You can rewatch it.
Yeah.
No, I need new. I need new. I need new. I need a season 2, 3, 4, 5. I need season 72. I need them to go as long until it lines up with the actual movies, like the actual 3, 4, 5. Keep doing it till then. Keep doing it. But anyway, I'm sorry, not 3, 4, 5, 4, 5, 6. Sorry. All right. So last thing we're gonna end on here, Trevon. I'll start off with AJ because AJ might challenge you for his love for Ahsoka. We know that. Okay, AJ saying you start with him, so then I can come in and say, no, I truly love Ahsoka.
No,
but Trevon, I'll kick it to you. Obviously, it started filming a few days ago. Rosario Dawson's birthday was a few days ago. What are your thoughts and predictions for this Ahsoka series? Because we'll start to find out a lot more information within the next month or two.
I don't know if I want to put like some kind of like. I'm just excited to see. Like, I think we saw what she looks like, the casting and everything. Like, it's literally perfect. Like, literally perfect. So it's just like, if they do that well, I hate that I start thinking like, what other characters can they do well? Like, just like, when are we gonna see Dawn? Like, it's a lot of characters you just start thinking about. Like, who are they gonna get for that? How good is that gonna look?
Yeah, I think that's what they're building towards.
You know,
so you're excited for the cameos more so than the show itself.
I am. I'm sorry. Like it's hard to not be there. Like that's exactly where I went. I was like, okay, we've seen her, we've heard her talk, we've seen how she looks. Awesome. Seen her fight some. Cool. Now what? now what's
you haven't even gotten the show yet, but what's next?
What else is in here? Like
Sabine. You got Sabine in there. Sabine's been casted. You got Sabine in the show. You not excited for Sabine?
No, I'm very excited. I just haven't seen her yet, and I am. You know.
Yeah, I need my look for Sabine.
I need to see her. Like, I need to see.
It's a very simple look. I don't think you can mess that up. It's very simple. You color the hair, and she wears Mandalorian armor. Like it can't be that difficult.
No, the Mandalorian armor has to be a specific design.
I agree.
It has to be, you know.
I agree.
Customized.
I don't think that it's that difficult to pull that off. Like we do know we watched Thanos in live action, right? Like, like come on now. Yeah, like come on, man. What are we talking about here? Shut up, AJ. For you can slap that up.
I don't know no Thanos in Star Wars. What are you talking about?
Yeah, all right, shut up.
I don't know. I don't know. I'm just excited for it in general. Like years ago, man, I did not see myself being this deep to Star Wars.
It's the power of Star Wars.
This is
why Star Wars is the greatest franchise ever.
Go back.
Yeah, that's why Star Wars is all powerful. It's why it's the only franchise that can take like 15, 20 years off, come back and be one of the greatest selling movies ever, right? Yeah. That's the power of Star Wars. Star Trek can't do that. Star Trek didn't. We were just like, all right.
It was cool. Well, I said
okay, yeah. All right. No force, right? No? Okay. No, thank you.
He said no force.
What do you do? Like, oh, like you put someone to sleep? Oh, all right. Well, we cut heads off here. So, you know. All right. But yeah, no, I'm very excited for this Ahsoka series for Ahsoka, Trevon.
I just don't know what they're gonna do. I don't know what they're gonna do in the show. Like I haven't.
Yes, you do.
I have.
They told you that.
I'm saying, but I haven't went to look up any like.
You don't have to look up. They told you in Mandalorian season 2. They literally ended it with, "Hey, where can I find Thrawn?" And then she gave her that said information. There you go. She's looking for Thrawn so she can find Ezra. That was the whole conversation she had with her as she was beating her ass. Like, where is he? I won't tell you. You will or I'll kill you. And then she told her. There you go. So that's what her mission's going to be. Now, how everything plays out, of course we don't know. But we do know what she's doing. She's looking for Ezra.
Flashbacks. There's so many things that they could
do. Right, he's just excited for the cameras. Let him be.
I want to see canon.
That's fair. You want to see cannons? They'll have cannons. No, yeah, they'll have cannons.
I said it.
Oh, 50 Cent? I don't think 50 Cent.
My excitement. Yeah, just go ahead. Just move on.
Yeah, no, I don't think 50 Cent has been casted in there. Yeah, I don't think. I also don't think Kanan will be brought back to life. I
love Ahsoka so much now.
I think they use it once and they use it on Ahsoka. So yeah, they're tapped out of that. I don't think we'll get that.
And Darth Maul.
No. I mean, like Ahsoka physically was gone. They went into to bring her out. Yeah. we're made to believe that Maul never really died. We just thought so, but Ahsoka flat out died, and they had to go pull her back out from the past to get her back. No way they go down that well twice. Because I'm like, well, shit, hold on. You went to get Ahsoka and Kanan and Anakin sitting in a grave somewhere? I think not. I think one of them better go back to death, and you bring Anakin back. You must be out your mind. Looking at Kanan when I could have Anakin. What are we talking about? But Sabrina, are you excited for this? I was about to say Rosario Dawson series. Anyway, Ahsoka series.
I am extremely excited to see my girl Ahsoka get her own show. And it's gonna make me a little bad, but listen, I was already excited for it, but you can't have Hayden come back and not have me focused on that. Like, it's one of those things that, like, I don't want to say I like certain characters because they're associated with Anakin and I'll get like little Anakin crumbs, but like once she said, like, even when she showed up, I was like, oh, they're probably not going to talk about Anakin. And then when she mentioned him, I was like, hello? So
is anyone here? Hello?
Yeah, I was like, did that just happen? Did she just say, like, did they just talk about his father together? Like, what? So I don't know how he's gonna come back. A lot of people are saying as a Force ghost, but I kind of hope that there's still flashbacks with the two of them because like I need that in live action. Like I need the two of them. I just want to hear a scene. You know, Juwaan. You know. I just want to hear them say it. Just want to hear them call each other that.
Yep.
Like literally.
Snips and
so
Sky
let me
Guy.
put it this way. Like Rosie Dawson, I posted a behind the scenes like video of Hayden with the rehearsing behind the scenes for Revenge of the Sith, and I like posted it like, and then like 2 days later, my she quoted it, and I had no idea, and she was like, "Oh, Sky Guy, I see you," and I was like, "Hello." I was like, "What?"
So Trevon, because did you watch the Clone Wars movie?
Yes,
you did watch it, so you know where she got her nickname from. Anakin gave her the nickname Snips because she was so snippy. Every time, like when they first met, she was just so sarcastic and snippy. So he called her Snips, and she just was like, "Well, fine, Sky Guy." And he was just like, "Don't call me that." Don't call me that. And then
that's their little nickname for each other,
right? Sky Guy and Snips.
Snips a lot throughout the show. I haven't heard Sky Guy.
Well, she only did it.
She said Sky Guy in season 1, episode 1.
Right.
No, season 2, episode 2. Sorry.
She eventually had to stop doing it because it's essentially that's your master, right? Like you could do it when maybe it's just you and him, but when you're in front of other people, there's a whole rank system. Like you can't just, you know what I'm saying? And he went away from calling her Snips. He did that more so for emotional moments where he would call her Snips.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
But even if they want to do Force Ghost, I would love a moment where Ahsoka's kind of down on herself, right? Like she feels like she failed Ezra, and then he shows up and he leads with Snips. And then she kind of is crying and she's like, Sky Guy, and like they have the whole I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that.
Done.
I will cry.
I think it's like
I will cry.
It's one of those things that like every possibility you think of can be so dangerous because like you're just gonna lose your mind until it happens.
Yeah,
like,
I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna ugly cry. I'm gonna really ugly
cry.
I'm
gonna ugly cry. Like, their relationship is always my favorite. And like when they announced the show, I was like, you know, it'd be pretty cool, like whatever, if they did like a flashback. And then like after Kenobi, I was like, come on. I was like, just announce them. I was like, bring them back for Ahsoka. And then I was like, oh my god, yes.
So I can't wait for that.
One way or another, I want if I don't get in Kenobi, I want Anakin flashbacks with Ahsoka and like maybe all of them. If that's not asking too much, if that's wishful thinking, that's fine. I don't care.
Somewhere Dave Filoni's just like all of them. What? Like that's too much. That's too much.
Well, like when I say all of them, I mean like Obi-Wan, Ahsoka, and Anakin.
Well, hold on now. If you're gonna have Anakin and Obi-Wan, I'm gonna need Rex. I need Rex up in there. Sorry, whole family got to be there. Whole clique.
That's fine.
Whole squad. But what were you asking, Trevon?
And when is the show actually gonna like debut? They say like a
no official date. Next year, but no official date.
Yeah.
They're filming now, so they'll be done before the end of the summer. So we'll have a trailer towards the end of the year,
so
but
it might be
maybe spring.
So that might
So
be Obi-Wan's
probably
maybe.
So I'm
Yeah,
trying to
maybe.
think. Like probably when he didn't.
Q2 of next year, most likely.
Yeah.
So they
Yeah.
made a
Well, like
fourth attraction.
also Hayes
Right.
doing promo for Kenobi, so like he hasn't filmed any of his parts yet.
He's not gonna have that.
Well,
big of a
yeah,
role
I was gonna say they only just started. Also, like it was day one, so yeah, there'll be plenty of time. He'll be done with his whole press tour by the time that they probably. And who knows? They might have filmed some of the stuff they needed from him on the set of Kenobi.
Oh, maybe.
You know, because like if he has to do a Force Ghost, you don't physically need him there, like in front of her. There's like a million different ways to do that. So we'll find out.
I want more than just the Force Ghost.
If they give us that, I'm fine with it. If they only, because to me, I'm like, I don't want to ask for too much and then get nothing. I'd rather ask for one thing, and then if I get nothing, I'll only slightly be disappointed.
Well, okay, so not to be like that person that's gonna like look into everything, but like when he got confirmed for Kenobi, it was Darth Vader, and then when he got confirmed for Ahsoka, it was Anakin.
Right, but it could like we say, it could still just mean Force Ghost. Because he would come back to her as Anakin, not as Vader.
All I'm saying is Disney, Dave Filoni, whoever's in charge of this, if I don't get my Clone Wars flashbacks in either one project, there's going to be an issue.
I won't argue that.
Like, come on. Like, that's perfect. Like, how do you get the actors and not do it?
No arguments here. I would love to hear it.
That was like
I would love to hear
it. See, like, and I'm not even asking for a lot. Just one scene. Just one scene.
Oh, you asked for more than one scene.
Well, no, I'm talking about Kenobi. Is what I mean. Like, I just want, like, if it's for 2 seconds, I'll be happy. Like, I don't care. I just want to see, like, them, like, a flashback to Clone Wars.
Yeah, as long as I get something. That's really all I'm asking for. Just give me something.
Yeah.
And I'm a happy camper. AJ, we know that you're not an Ahsoka fan. We know that Ahsoka's, like, top 150 for you. So you're not really excited for this? You're not really excited for this?
What? A top
yeah.
Girl? Is that your
top
girl?
150. AJ loves him some Ahsoka Tano. Go ahead, AJ. How excited are you?
Really excited. What I'm looking for to most with Ahsoka is what Bo-Katan has to do with the Mandalorian War and all that, since that was being touched upon within Mandalorian season 2. So that will be interesting.
Mm-hmm.
The whole story arc between Ezra Miller, Thrawn is my favorite, one of my favorite characters. I would say top 5 favorite characters. Huh?
Did you say Ezra Miller?
Did I?
Yeah.
Ezra Bridger. Sorry.
That's why I was like, honestly, I think we're all waiting for a few seconds to see if like you noticed it, and I was like, no, he didn't notice it, and I was like,
yeah,
I didn't even hear it.
No, he definitely said Ezra Miller. He's like, yeah, Ezra Miller, and I was like, wait a minute, hold up, freeze frame, pause, let's go back, rewind.
They're both Ezras. Ezras. There you go.
He might need to beat somebody's ass out in the galaxy. You never know.
Oh my god!
Go ahead, AJ.
No, that was it. I'm just curious on what Bo-Katan's story is going to interact with the throughout Ahsoka series.
She's definitely going to be in it.
Huh?
She's definitely going to be in it.
Well, we don't know, but it is hinted that she'll be in it through the Mandalorian season 2, but she's not confirmed at all.
What if she's not, and she's just confirmed for Mandalorian season 3?
That's fine with me. Either
then
way.
You could tell the same story through Sabine.
That's probably going to be like, yeah, they might focus on her kind of characters more.
Yeah, because they don't really stress in that episode of Book of Boba that any other kinds of Mandalorian cliques survived. They kind of made you feel as though all the Mandalorians are back on one planet. So that would affect Sabine, her mother, right? Her mother didn't die, right, AJ? I don't think her mother died in Rebels.
No, not that we know of.
Yeah, I don't think her mother died in Rebels. So her mother might have died fighting that war. So Sabine would have some stories to tell for sure. So if we don't get it from Bo-Katan, which is the greatest Mandalorian, we'll definitely get it from Sabine for sure. 100%. I want to just throw that in there.
Who's the greatest Mandalorian?
Bo-Katan.
And Jordan.
Yeah.
Bo-Katan.
It's
so crazy because I kind of feel like you guys thought I stuttered. Sabine. I'm sorry. Let me repeat myself. Bo-Katan is the greatest Mandalorian.
I agree. I agree.
Yeah, after Din.
No, before Din.
No.
Din is not even top 5.
Thank you.
Din?
And time out. Hold on.
No,
Are we just gonna disrespect the fact that Bo-Katan existed well before Din Djarin? You knew about Bo-Katan and Pre Vizsla well before you knew about it.
Sabine is better than Din.
You don't have the
came along, so
Sabine is better.
She did have the saber. What are you talking about?
Now.
Yeah, she don't have the saber now.
AJ, I'm with you. I do believe if I dig deeper into
who does?
Mandalorians,
You know who does have the saber right now? You know,
the person that doesn't even know how to use it. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I agree too. Yeah.
Doesn't matter. He has it.
All right.
Doesn't even know how to wield it. Yeah.
And time out, AJ. Time out. Let's be honest here. He only has it because she spared him. She spared him. Right in that moment where she could have just whooped his ass and took it, she said, "You know what? Not here. Not the time. Go ahead. Take your ass on. Go ahead. You can have it. No problem." Anyway,
and don't forget, he pussied out. He was like, "You can have it. I don't want to fight
exactly.
you."
He bowed down to the true ruler of Mandalore.
He just don't care about it like that. He's like, "You can have it. You want?"
Because he knows who the royalty of Mandalore is, and it ain't him.
Cares about her like that.
He's loving that dark saber.
Nobody cares about her like that.
He's loving that dark saber now, isn't he?
Man, there are like 3 people on Earth that care about Din Djarin, and 2 of them is right here.
I'm sure there's a lot more than 3. There's a lot more than 3.
Blake does too.
It is Sabrina, Trevon, and Pedro Pascal. That's it. That's
Blake.
it.
People don't even know what Bo-Katan is.
Yeah, then why does everyone watch the show?
Wait, hold on, time out.
It's a good show. It's a good show.
Did you just say no one knows
more
who
people
Bo-Katan
cares
is?
about Din Djarin right now?
Not true. Not true.
No, that's true. No, honestly, if they didn't watch Clone Wars, they would not know who she is.
It's not. It's not true.
It's not true.
That's definitely true.
Not
I
true.
love Bo-Katan,
That
and
show
that's
is
definitely
very
true.
popular.
It don't sound like you love Bo-Katan.
Yeah, it does not.
It don't sound like it.
It
don't sound like it. Look, if we keep talking about this, I'm gonna put Duchess Satine over Din Djarin.
Hold on, Satine is a better Mandalorian than
now you're just making shit up.
Hey, look,
Satine is better, a better
Satine.
Mandalorian. So
I'm just saying.
What makes a better Mandalorian?
Everything.
You literally ruled over Mandalore. What?
Yes.
What makes Din a good Mandalorian? He doesn't even know what he is.
That's true. And he's not a birthright Mandalorian.
So
there you go. That matters. You got to go birthright first.
And yet he's still the best.
Yeah. All right. Like Rey's a Skywalker. All right. Enough out.
She is a Skywalker.
Rey is not no damn
That's
Skywalker.
Not a diss. That's not like you really think you did something there because she's literally Skywalker. She says it.
Yeah, but that don't mean she's Skywalker. Where are your papers at?
Really? So her looking out in the distance to Luke and Leia. Wait. Hold up. So her looking out in the distance to Luke and Leia as she says it means to tell me that
she's not Skywalker by blood.
You gotta be by blood.
It does matter. It does matter.
Mm-hmm. You can't. Okay, so you know what?
Now Ben is a Skywalker.
No,
there
hold
you
on.
go.
Time out. Because
Leia was born a Skywalker, but she wasn't raised as a Skywalker. She's raised as an Organa.
Well, hold on. Time out. If we could do that, fine.
And Luke was raised by as a Lars.
Yeah,
right?
but his blood is Skywalker.
It doesn't matter. They were still not raised as Skywalkers.
Hold on. No. You know what? I'll side with Sabrina and Trevon on this. You want to know why? Because from now on, you will never call me Juwaan again. I am Hayden Christensen Jr. I am a junior. I'm his son. I'm his son from now on. You call me Hayden Jr. Sure. I'm Hayden Jr. If we could just assume a title, I'm Hayden Jr. if I have to choose.
I'm Michael B. Jordan's brother then.
I am Hayden Batman Jr. There we go. All right. Okay. Then yeah. If Ray could do that, just make some shit up, look off, and just go.
How is she making shit up? Like
she didn't make shit up. She's literally a Palpatine.
She's not a Skywalker.
She's a Palpatine. We agree with that. She's a Palpatine.
Someone literally just said, "Hey, what's your last name? Skywalker. Is your last name Skywalker? No.
No, it's
making it up.
It's Palpatine. It's Palpatine, but she doesn't want to be a Palpatine because she knows what her grandfather is.
But her blood is Palpatine. So.
I get it. So just say it's nothing. Say I ain't got no last name. I'm just Ray. I'm just nothing. I'm Ray.
No, she wanted to be a Skywalker. Leia was like a mother to her, so.
Man, I do not give her rank of being a Skywalker.
To that
well, she's still a Skywalker whether you like it or not.
I got emotional connection. You know what? I'm Skywalker too then. I am Hayden Christensen Skywalker Jr. I met Hayden Christensen.
Been in war with him.
I've met him. So
war with him? What, man?
Look. Ray didn't sign no adoption papers. She wasn't born from Leia. She's not a Skywalker.
Nope.
So there it is.
Nope.
I mean,
it's okay if she's
you're entitled to your opinion, but the movie said different.
I mean, it's not an opinion; it's a fact.
The movie said different. The movie said different.
No, seriously. I just want to ask you guys a question. So you mean to tell me that even though Poe is a Dameron, you mean to tell me that he didn't look at Leia like he was like she was like his mom?
You could be a mother figure. You don't assume the name. What? You don't assume the name. Y'all are like my family, but I'm not.
Yeah, because he didn't want to.
I don't take everybody's last names.
She didn't even know her parents, so of course she's gonna pick a Skywalker because they were like more parents to her than her actual parents were. They fucking dropped her off.
I get it.
Sold her for drug money. Like, of course she's gonna pick a Skywalker name over Palpatine.
What we're saying, though, Sabrina, what we're saying to each other is semantics. You're saying that you understand why she took the last name. We're not arguing that. We're just saying just because you took it don't mean you are a Skywalker. That's all we're saying.
That's literally what it means.
No, it doesn't.
That's literally what it means. No, don't act stupid. Do not act stupid.
No, it
doesn't.
No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. Nope. Look, I learned this lesson in school when I kept saying, "Oh yeah, my last name's Carter."
All right, then let me just tell you. So Kylo. Okay, so then you're gonna then you have to disargue that Kylo's a Skywalker then too.
Why?
He's of the blood. What are we talking about? That's his blood.
Wait, I'm so confused.
But his last
right
name
now.
is Solo. His last name's Solo, though.
That's because his dad is Han Solo.
They're both blood.
No, but his mother's a Skywalker.
You mean to tell me that family has to always be by blood?
No, we're saying adoption is something that needs to be legalized.
Families. No, that's basically what you're
adoption
saying.
needs to be legalized. It was not legalized. Yeah, pen to paper. Don't just assume.
What about every single? All right, I'll give you an example for. One bad infant to another. All of the kids that Bruce has adopted, and they all go by Wayne.
Who?
They don't.
Who? Only
Damien does.
Who? Only Damien does.
Cassandra was legally adopted as a Wayne. Dick was
there
too.
You go. Time out. There you go.
Oh,
legally adopted. There you go.
That's we're just saying. It doesn't matter. They go by Wayne.
Not of blood.
But of adoption.
They're not blood. There you go.
They were adopted.
But they were fit. They were.
Hold on. Time out, AJ.
Adopted.
Hold on. Time out, AJ. Here's the main component you guys are missing. They were adopted, which means Bruce went into a court and made it happen. Leia and Luke were dead. Who adopted her? Air was just like, yes.
She gave her.
You're us.
You mean to tell me that they wouldn't want her as a daughter? Okay.
I don't think so. Luke is like, I'm gonna die to get the hell up out of here.
I don't know who you are.
Luke died to get away from Rey.
No, because Kylo's dead, so she's still carrying the Skywalker name. So,
ooh, yikes! No, I will not teach the new generation that.
Well, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. It's canon.
It died with Kylo.
It is canon.
No, it did not. No, it did not.
Until we see a continuation of it.
Look, she can take the name Skywalker. Doesn't make her
Skywalker.
That's
nope, she's 100% more as a Skywalker than
no adoption papers.
Doesn't matter.
Nothing. She wasn't born from Leia.
True.
She wasn't.
Leia literally was not raised as a Skywalker. She was raised
still technically a Skywalker.
Yeah, not even technically. She is 100% a Skywalker. She came out of Padme, who was a
but she wasn't raised as Skywalker, so she never was by Skywalker. It doesn't matter.
Well, then, if you want to go by that route, Rey wasn't raised by a Skywalker either. So there you go. So we got no Skywalkers in that movie.
Yeah, she kind of was more than Leia ever was.
What?
Yeah. She was close.
Comment.
She literally was Leia.
Wait, hold on. What did she?
Leia did not know her parents.
In your argument, wasn't Rey technically raised by Leia then?
Yeah.
But you just said Leia's.
When Leia got taken as a baby, she was raised by Bail Organa and his wife, right?
Yeah. Leia Organa, yeah.
Yeah. So she never knew that Anakin was her father until it was like later on, until her and Luke had that conversation.
Mm-hmm.
She knew that her mother died, did not know her. So the only thing she's ever known is that. Even though she has Skywalker blood, she was not raised as Skywalker. But if you want to talk about, honestly, if you want to get technical, Rey was raised more as a Skywalker than Leia ever was.
But technically,
she had an actual connection with Leia.
Rey was raised by Leia. And in your argument, Rey was raised by Leia. But you're saying Leia.
Yes. In some sense, yes.
Hold on. But
she
you're
gave
saying
her guidance,
Leia.
yes.
isn't a Skywalker
You
because
mean
she
to tell
wasn't
me you're gonna
raised
tell me
by a
that Leia didn't
Skywalker.
look
So
at her like she was
technically,
a
Rey
daughter?
is an Organa.
We're not, but Sabrina,
By
you
your
keep
argument.
saying that. No one's arguing that. We understand what you're saying.
I'm not
We're
even
just
just talking
saying.
about Leia though. She also felt that way with Luke too.
Oh, Luke did not feel like that. Hell no. Luke was waiting for her to get the hell up out of there. And
Yeah,
then Luke
because he was
like, I
angry at
will
everyone.
die.
Jedi. That's not her. He actually.
Then time out. It's not Leia's fault. No one ever told her she was a Skywalker till she was in her 20s. Can't blame Leia for that. Leia is a Skywalker by blood. By drip.
You hate Rey, just say that. Let's move
Fine.
on.
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Yeah,
and that's your whole thing.
If you can literally say that, no. If you
Skywalker.
can literally say it, then you should agree with Rey being a Skywalker just as much. It does not matter by blood. If she wants to be a Skywalker, she's a Skywalker. She claims to be a Skywalker. She's a Skywalker. Whether you guys like it or not, that's what they did. It's always going to be canon.
Who's Rey's parents again? Who's Rey's parents again?
Palpatine's son.
So she had real parents.
Okay.
She never knew them. She literally never knew them. She literally never knew them.
It doesn't mean they don't exist.
She never knew them. So
but you got here somehow.
The closest thing she had to parents were Luke and Leia.
Okay.
They hate Rey. It's not gonna. It ain't gonna change.
Sure.
They hate Rey.
She's not more.
Of course,
she's not more entitled than Kylo, though.
Oh my god.
They hate Rey.
Of course, she's gonna take on the name of the people that help.
We're not arguing that, but we're saying
yes, that's what you're arguing.
No, we're not. We're saying that Rey is a Skywalker by blood or adoption.
Right. That's all we're saying.
It's not a hard concept to grasp.
Doesn't matter. It does not matter. She's a Skywalker. Whether you guys like it or not, she's a Skywalker. Okay. That's not going to change. They made that a thing. It's not going to change.
Okay.
Like,
we will not set a new precedent. You can just give yourself names out here. You got to go through legal stuff.
I am Michael Jordan's son now.
I'm Hayden Christensen Jr.
In that family.
Hey, I love Hayden with every ounce of my heart. So yeah, I'll assume I'm part of his family. I'll take that. Hayden better. Hey, I tell you what.
You love a character.
When I show up to Hayden's house, he better open that goddamn door. Hey, it worked for Rey.
You know where he lives? Do you know where he lives? Do you know that he lives on a farm?
It don't matter to me where he lives. I just know if I ring that doorbell, he better open up.
He don't have a doorbell, honey.
Well, whatever. If I ring a bell,
a
cowbell, whatever.
He lives on a farm.
Whatever. When I show up, he better just be like, "Yeah, come right in. Come right in."
Door.
Yeah,
you can hang out with his daughter. You can hang out with his daughter.
No. I need him to agree that I'm now his son. That's what I'm trying to say to you.
And you can be
show up there.
And you could be a brother to his daughter.
Okay, yeah. As long as he agrees to all that. Because I tell you what, the first time he called the cops, I'm calling you immediately and saying Rey ain't no goddamn Skywalker. Hayden called the cops on me. If he didn't allow me, I ain't allowing no Rey. Rey don't get that. Prowling Gambino says, Sabrina, who are you watching Revenge of the Sith and Kenobi with back to back?
Blake.
I mean, in the real world, you can legally change your name. I'm sure she had to go to the nearest government entity, fill out some forms. They just didn't show that part. Caleb, that's hilarious. Oh man! All right, we're getting out of here, guys.
I blame you, Juwaan, for this.
Mm-hmm. Listen, don't start a fight you can't finish.
I thought we finished it. I thought we agreed that if Hayden doesn't allow me to become a son, then everything you said today was null and void.
No.
It was null and void. He better let me right in.
That's the fact. So that's it.
That's fine. No more arguments on that. I accept that. I just know Hayden better not call no goddamn cops when I show up.
He won't.
He better not. He better say, son, welcome home. That's all I'm saying.
You're not making it on the property.
Well, why not? I'm his son. I could just say that, right?
I'm just saying.
I could just say that, right? Come on now. All right, guys. Make sure you stay tuned for tomorrow. For GVN roundtable. I don't know what our topic is yet, so I can't even tell you guys what to look forward to. I got to talk to Jayla, see what Jayla wants the topic to be. I do know one thing I do want to talk about is I keep seeing people keep making the joke that Kate is going to be the oldest young Avenger and keep showing photos of like the children, they're not going to be that age when when they actually become like real 616 entities. Wiccan and Speed will be older. Kamala Khan's only like 16, like 16 we're made to believe. I don't know if she's starting high school or not. But she's in high school, so I believe she's no younger than maybe 16. Kate's only like 22, 23. People is making it sound like it was Billy Madison, like she was 30.
Right? Like,
yeah, stature aged up because of the snap, so she's like 18 to 20.
Yeah.
So it's not gonna be super young. And Iron Patriot from
College,
not Iron
right?
Patriot. I'm sorry,
Ironheart.
Well, Ironheart, yes, but I don't
And
think
Patriot,
she'll be a young
and Patriot.
Patriot
right?
is who I meant.
Yeah.
He looked like he was maybe 16, 18 around there. So they're not all like super young. They're all adults.
They're not 10.
Huh?
They aren't 10 years old.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Okay.
And please stop putting young Loki as part of the Young Avengers. That will not happen. If that does happen, I will lose all faith.
They
will just not stop till Loki
not.
is here till the end of time. I can't keep having that.
I did get worried when I saw him. I was like, oh, what is this?
I was really nervous. I'm like, God damn, y'all will not let this fucking character die. Jesus. You had to give birth to a whole new generation, huh? So stay tuned. We'll talk about whatever that is. And we do want to give Jayla a chance to talk about Scream 6. So we'll probably talk about a few things like that there. But I want to thank Sabrina, Trevon, and AJ for joining me. We have stressed Sabrina out.
Love it.
I told you, Sabrina, that's what we be doing here, man. Me and AJ are here for pure chaos. That's all we ensue. Pure chaos.
That doesn't make me love you guys any less, though.
As long as that's the case, I appreciate it. As long as that's the case.
Speak up for yourself, Sabrina.
Trevon, you love us. Come on now. You knew you had no interest in doing this show at all until I asked you to. And you're like, all right,
Trevon ain't even like full on interest, like invested in Star Wars the way we are, and he's like, nah, he knows I'm right.
Yeah, he fought for Rey. I appreciate that. Now you've become one with Star Wars. You never thought you would. Now you're here. You know, you're wrong, but you're here. So I appreciate that.
100% wrong.
My education says different. Sorry.
What? No, hold on. Time out.
I love Rey. So
why is that in education? Where did you learn that?
Because that's how I got taught. Those are the movies. Those are the movies I learned from. So that's my education. That's
Wait, you mean the same education that told you that what's his name could fly and she didn't fly at all in the movie?
We haven't seen it yet. It might come. She learned how to use her powers, right?
You mean the same education that told you Thor could fly, only for Thor to tell you that he can't fly?
In the game, he's flying.
Oh, but Thor told you in the movie world
in the game he's flying.
Oh, got you. So we can pick and choose. Guess what? In the comics, there was no Rey. So there was no Rey Skywalker. Boom. See you guys tomorrow. See you guys tomorrow at 2:30. How can I mute Trevon? I can't find it.
Sky hopping. Sky hopping.
All right. We love you guys. We appreciate you guys for tuning in. Stay tuned tomorrow, 2:30, 3 o'clock. We'll be doing GV and Roundtable. But till then,